afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. Ohio State travels to Washington for its Big Ten opener Saturday at 3:30. Tune in to Buckeye Roundtable on the Fan tonight at 6. Sunday, three-star safety Angelo Smith, brother of Buckeye star Jeremiah Smith, announced his commitment to Ohio State. He's the third commit in Ohio State's 2027 class. NHL preseason, Columbus welcomes Buffalo to Nationwide Arena at 7. Blue Jackets beat the Blues 4-1 in the preseason opener Sunday. Baseball, both Cincinnati and Cleveland off after two big series. Reds have won 5 straight and own the third NL wildcard spot. They host the Pirates Tuesday at 6:40. Guardians have won 10 of their last 11 and boast the third AL wildcard spot. Cleveland trails Detroit by 1 game in the AL Central, heading into 3 games against the Tigers starting Tuesday at 6:40. This update sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union, voted best credit union for the past 7 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit bmifcu.org to learn more.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, welcome back in. Big sports week. Rothman and Ice. My man Depot in the house. Devere Posey, good to see you, brother.
How you doing, AR, man? Happy to be in.
Doing well. Thanks, man. TLC behind the glass. Good to see you, my friend.
You as well.
We got a lot to do today. We'll have our boy Jimmy Lache on at 12:30. We'll get into the Brownies' proof of life, the Bengals debacle, and all that good stuff. Ian Fitz Simmons will jump on the show at 2 o'clock. We'll hit college football. And then we have to, and I would do this anyway, but the fact that the Guards and the Reds are doing what they're doing, we'll have Jay Lou on at 2:30 to break it down, because I'm all in now. This is one of the more ridiculous runs we've ever seen. I'll have to call out my boy Jay Lou because I think he threw out that fraud word on the Guards. But man, their pitching staff is like an all-star staff right now, and the Reds just will not die after sweeping the Cubs. So we will talk about them at 2:30. Before I came in, one of my pet peeves on game shows, and I grew up watching The Price is Right. Like that was the one show I would say of all the game. There are a lot of game shows. I could list them all, but I think the one that if I was on vacation, if my dad took my brother and I on vacation, we'd go to Florida, and we were big sleeper inners. My dad was we never had breakfast. My dad's a brunch guy. He never wants to get up early, especially on vacation. There are some families, it's let's get up and roll. Yep. And we were never one. We were a sleep-in family. Are you a sleep-in family?
Unfortunately, no.
That's too bad.
I wish that I could sleep past 8:30. I personally can't. But what's your favorite Price is Right game?
So,
is it Plinko?
No, I think my favorite. When Bob Barker. What's he up to, right? TLC? Before I said what I wanted to say, I drop the big joke here on the program is.
I think so.
Yeah. You think he's gone?
I think.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. August 26, 2023.
Yeah,
man, rest in peace, Bob.
So when he would do the putting, when he would actually, and he'd do like the ceremonial first putt, I thought that was great. The cliffhanger dude was good because of the music. Yep. Cliffhanger, going up. Yep. But my biggest pet peeve, so we'd wake up, my story about the vacations is we wake up on a vacation and my dad would turn on The Price is Right. I think I've learned over the years that maybe he didn't love The Price is Right as much as he loved the models. Yeah. I'm not positive because I can remember two of them.
For sure.
One was like Janice, the other was Holly. I can't remember the third one's name, but I was young and obviously my dad was a lot younger. And I'm thinking now that maybe the game wasn't as strong as the models.
Pops had good insight. Yeah. I mean, you think about it.
Great insight.
There was no Instagram. He said, hey, here's my daily, Price is Right. Gets that done for
Divorced
you.
Divorced father of two. I'm starting to kind of get it now. So anyway, I'm watching. So my biggest pet peeve on The Price is Right is that when they get to the Showcase Showdown, it should be closest to the price wins the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why they ever went to that if you go over even by $1, you lose. I always think that's so stupid. I think you're dealing with
the target
40,
number.
50. Well, the showcases like today, I was watching right before we got on, and the showcase was like $40,000, $45,000. And somebody bid like $460 over. Like their bid was so close, and they lost because they went over. And you could go under by $10,000, $15,000 and beat me.
Yeah.
How fair is that?
Well, I think with the big bids and the bets at the end and why you always go with the under, you feel like if the price is right, like what they don't want to promote is over budgeting, right? Like so you lose, right? Like if you over budgeted and you thought you didn't get it, so we're going to reward the person who believes that this is cheaper, right? So I don't know, man.
You're a big golf guy, and so am I. I'm okay with if you and I did it closest to the pin, and you said, and the rules were set up where, okay, you have to be on the green for it to count. Like if you hit one on the green and you're 100 feet away, but you're on the green, and I missed the green, but I'm closer. You know, if I'm on the fringe, but I'm closer, you would win because your ball is on the green. Mine wouldn't count. That rule I'm okay with. This one on The Price is Right, if I bid $41,300 and it's $41,280, I lose? Like, I don't know. I think that's they got it. They're never going to change it. It's 54 years. They're not changing it for me. But I always feel bad because the woman that just lost was over by $463.
So if you're there and you make it to the final showcase, are you gonna always under what you are in your head if you think just to be safe because you know this?
Of course.
Okay.
You have to err on the side of way under, which I don't like.
Well, because now if they're a little closer, well, that's what's crazy too. If you're way under and they're closer to that number but still shallow of the number, they still win.
Yeah, anybody under is eligible. That's the thing. And the same thing on on the item up for bids. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. When you feel like somebody went over, okay, what do you bid? $1.
Right.
And the other guy went over, you win.
Yeah, because
it should always be closest.
You think so?
The only thing I can think of is they need some sort of tiebreaker if two people guess the same thing or they both had the same number. Meaning if if you bid $1 over and I bid $1 under, obviously they need a tiebreaker. So TLC, am I right on that? That would be
that's 100% true. When we would do trivia games in St. Louis radio, it was always closest to the pin unless it's a direct tie, in which case the tiebreaker is Price is Right rules. Whoever went over loses.
Okay. The only thing I can think of is that now they don't have to come up with some stupid tiebreaker. And they're like, if you go over, you're gone. You're under, you win. Doesn't matter if you're under by thousands of dollars.
It's just one extra condition just to mess with your mind when you're trying to guess the price.
Yeah. And my dad didn't care because all he cared about was the models. Mm-hmm. So it was all good.
Yeah. And then if you're upset with it, then you can fight Bob Barker like Adam Sandler did.
I still got to go on this show, man. So I said it since I was a kid. I was going on that show. Like,
Price
we
is
all
Right?
say it. Yeah. Who doesn't want to go on Price is Right?
I mean, you don't have to know stuff, really. I mean, you kind of do.
Maybe I should just attend a show. Just attend one.
I think you're eligible then if you attend, right?
Yeah, you attend. You can get called.
Come on, Devere Posey, come on down. Yeah. Anybody ever trip coming down?
Yeah,
has to be a few of those, right?
There had to be people tripping on purpose, just
kind of excited, just flopping all over the place.
I think people who just want to maximize their TV time and the attention that they get.
I like when you get the big gym guy up there in the showcase, and he wants to rip that wheel off.
Oh, my God.
He just wants to send that thing around like 10 times.
Doesn't care what it lands on, just wants to show everybody that he can spin it.
Here we go. One hand. Let me one hand sling. Let me give you the one hand bandit on this thing. All right. So anyway, I just saw that and I felt bad. Because, by the way, the audience was like groans. She was $463 over on a $41,000 showcase. And she thank you. You can go back to your seat. You lose. Thanks for playing. Where are you on bye weeks? Good, bad, ugly?
Oh, no, I'm
love
fine.
Them?
Yeah, no, I love them.
As a player?
As a player, loved them. They were good. They were always good. I think for me as a player during this time frame, you get a big win like Texas, you get some ways to pick up that rhythm. For Ohio State, perfect time in bye week. Any aches that were kind of, lingering from camp, this is the week that you can get caught up on your schoolwork, get your body back fresh. And then you got a nice West Coast trip, right? Coming back out, and you need something like that. I would say like your North Star, because a bye week can feel long, and the fact that you're going west and we didn't win when we went west last year, we need to maybe approach it a little different this week. Maybe I think we're leaving on Thursday this year, so that bye week wasn't as long as we think it was because everything was pushed up a day as far as week preparation wise. So it's probably like a bye 6 days, bye 5 days.
I would love to see some like big time analytics on what teams' records are after their bye week.
Going west
versus just in general, because we attach bye weeks with 2 weeks to prepare for one game.
What about first half scoring after a bye week? That's probably a big telltale sign too, right? Like,
better or worse?
I would say like first half scoring will give me more than like the overall game or losing record, right? Like, because Ohio State might still win that game, but was their first half lower than the other games?
Because they'd lose a rhythm because they hadn't played in a week?
I think that would be the stat that I would love to pull.
Boy, I'll tell you, I'd love to know what these coaches think about it because these coaches are asked the same thing every year. Good time for the bye week, bad team for the bye week, and they all answer it right on, which is we can't change it. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to tell you that's great. Now, it is, like you said, it's great when you have injuries or great when guy's questionable and you need another week. Mm-hmm. Then that's perfect. I do like the way this sets up. First road trip, 2 weeks. Just jump on a plane early in the week and go. Yep. Although they have been cooking. They came out of I would say this is a fairly physical game against the Bobcats. It wasn't a knockdown. It wasn't an early knockout. It was 13-9. You got Ryan Day actually taking a field goal in the third to just go up 16-9 to feel like you didn't come away empty on a fourth down right near the goal line. So they pushed them. They were tested. So they were tested against Texas, which we knew they would be. And then you get, I guess, more than a little bit of a slight test against OU, at least for a half or 2.5 quarters. So that's cool. And now you get to go out to Washington, who it took them a while to put away Washington State. So 3:30 time seems to be good, too, to get your body clock right. So that'll be, 12:30 our time, correct? I mean, 3:30 our time, but as far as the Buckeyes and all that, right?
Yep.
TLC, am I doing that right? A time change for us, for the player?
Yeah.
If it's 3:30 here, 12:30 there?
Yep.
I believe so.
Yep. So
I in Seattle.
Yeah. I do like that early arrival the day before, just because you want to get out there, AR, and you want to just allow your body a day to just reset. And then you have that early time frame. For us, 3:30 is a great time, but for the guys, I just think that day before would be good. And you remember that Penn State USC game, that time slot, and I think Michigan, Washington. No. Did Washington beat Michigan last year? I think, Washington beat Michigan.
I think so.
Yep. But that time slot of 12 o'clock, 3:30 was one of the only wins going West Coast. Penn State beat USC last year. And I think it was a UCLA. It was somebody had a crazy game versus UCLA that they won Indiana. They win
That's
one.
Right.
That was the other win. And so I think that was at the 12 o'clock time slot too as well at 3:30 our time. So it's lining up for Ohio State to travel-wise to get that dub done.
All right, we'll get after a little bit now that we got a game to talk about. Is this a big test for the Buckeyes? It seems like the narrative is sending it that way, and maybe the spread is as well. That's next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
1, 2, 3. Football season is weird because we actually look forward to Mondays. It's Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Nobody has more all-wheel drive or electrified hybrid choices than Toyota. Now through September 30th, get 4.75 APR financing on a new 25 RAV4 or 5.75 on RAV4 Hybrid. Excludes plug-ins. Or lease a gas-powered RAV4 LE for $299 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Looking to get your roof or siding replaced this fall? Call the company that delivers an excellent customer experience every time. Newman Roofing. Don't wait. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Jeremy Foltz, CEO and co-founder of 3C Technology Solutions, speaks about working with First Bank of Central Ohio.
I think FBCO had a really nice personal touch. Transition was really easy and much cleaner than I thought it would be. Some very specific things that made me very excited to work with them are availability and creativity.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC. An equal housing lender.
Bobcat Enterprises says thank you for your support as they celebrate 50 years of serving the construction industry. Established in 1975 in Cincinnati, Bobcat Enterprises has expanded to 9 stores to meet you where you are in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Find equipment for any construction project, including compact track loaders and excavators. Plus, Bobcat Enterprises rents compact equipment and attachments. Find current specials and locations at bobcatent.com or follow Bobcat Enterprises Inc. on Facebook. Bobcat Enterprises, 50 years working for you.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com and find an agent to help you choose the coverage you need. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of the biggest reasons people get new windows, Wilson, is that old windows make for an uncomfortable house with crazy high roller coaster energy bills.
Leslie, people love being uncomfortable on roller coasters. The ups, the downs, the gurgling in your stomach because you had 5 corn dogs before getting on.
Did that happen to you, Wilson?
What? No.
Get the windows that can completely change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Fraud in government is a crime, and it robs taxpayer dollars. I'm Ohio Auditor of State Keith Faber, and my job is to catch people that lie, cheat, and steal, report suspicious behavior, and help stop fraud. Learn the red flags, speak up, and protect your tax dollars by calling 1-866-FRAUD-OH.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means you pick your wager. Will it be $1, $2, a crisp $20? Your call. Like picking your own numbers? Use any inspiration you like. Birthdays, jersey numbers, you name it. And if you don't feel like choosing, there's the Super Quick Auto Pick. With regular promotions that'll get you more bang for your Keno buck, multiple ways to win, prizes galore, and live draws every few minutes. Anytime is the right time to get in on the Keno action. Keno is always fun, your way. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at onnradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. The Fan 2 is on the air. Catch the Bob and Tom Show in the morning and Jim Rome in the afternoon. And Buckeye stuff and Reds 2 in the NFL. It's lots of stuff. You get the picture. It's the Fan 2 live on 1460 AM, the Fan app, and the Fans HD2. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Some scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and early evening, some which could have heavy downpours and gusty winds, but it'll be a muggy and mild day with highs only getting into the upper 70s. For tonight, we'll see some rain early with lows in the mid-60s. And then for Tuesday, more of an isolated risk of showers and storms throughout the day with our temperatures getting into the upper 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Their live golf team name is Ice Dogs. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, Anthony Rothman, DeVere Posey with you today. Jim Lache, bottom of the hour. We'll talk Buckeyes and the trip out west. Last week, we were debating the spread. The way look-ahead line, I saw it twice. Ohio State was like minus 13.5. Then it was 11.5. Then it was 9.5. Now it's 8.5 on Bet365. I mean, that's a plummet. And they hadn't even played Washington State yet. Now, maybe they feel that Washington has an offense that can hang with Ohio State. Yet to be seen. Their offensive line would not have been tested against Washington State's defense the way Ohio State will test it. I do feel like, again, though, you're going up against a team where their quarterback is their big dual threat weapon. When he's the leading rusher, that's a big deal. How you handle that with your defense will be big on whether you can get off the field or not. So I'm not discounting Washington. Their home stadium atmosphere, it's been electric. TLC, what do they have, like 20-some-odd straight wins at home? I don't know how many of those would be ranked teams. Like, that would be something to look at. But the fact that they do feel really good when they play there at home, and the crowd will be there. They don't get a night game out of this. And like we just talked about, for Ohio State players, their body clocks will be right at 12:30 p.m.
Yep.
Their body clocks will be. As far as the game, 3:30 here.
I can understand the line going down, especially during
I'm
the
sorry.
game.
I said that wrong real fast. Their body clock will be 3:30. The game is...
No, our body clock will be 3:30. Their body clock will be noon.
Why would their body clock be noon? What time is the game? Their body clock would be our time. Their real time would be 12:30.
Well, I was thinking in terms of our body time versus their body time.
But the player's body time
I'm
the
saying,
game.
like,
it means ours is in like.
I call myself a player still. My bad. Yeah, my bad.
How about this? The guys that are actually playing in this game.
The guys playing in this game.
What will their body clock
Their
be?
body clock will be 3:30 versus the guys playing in Washington at 12. But I understand the line moving.
3.5 hour difference.
There it is. This quarterback, man, and just putting up 55 points a game. For our team, we play Fernando Mendoza and Demond Williams Jr. on our schedule. These are the biggest pass threats to our secondary in terms of pushing the ball downfield, sophisticated, crossing routes, sophisticated vertical stuff where Caleb Williams might be put in two-way goes, and we haven't really seen our DBs stretch down the field like that. So it could be a high-scoring game. It could be one of the most points scored so far this season, which I'm excited to see.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you said that, because this actually takes me back to right out of the gate. If you're Ohio State, you're playing that game like Ryan Day said. You're playing to win that game situationally.
Yep.
You don't have to make too many crazy plays, too many big chances. You're trying to win it more conservatively, even though I do feel he trusted his quarterback in some big moments. This is the game you want if you're Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. This is more opportunities for your defense, a chance to open up the offense, a chance to go out and try to win a track meet. Like, I actually like this for them, for their offense, for another level up to see where they can go. Because they struggled in the red zone against the Bobcats, and now they're going up against a team that is going to try to go toe-to-toe with them offensively. I love it. And I'm not discounting them. I think Denzel Boston is a very good receiver. They had 2 100-yard receivers last week, Jonah Coleman. But the key is going to be penning in that quarterback, who had 13 carries himself for 88 yards, averaging 7 yards a pop. But I'm glad you said it that way, because I'm really looking forward to seeing this, because I do think they can open up the playbook, and I think they can take some chances.
So you're looking at this as a test for our offense, or I'm looking at this more as a test for our defense, because if you go back to just these three factors: traveling west, playing a team that has a dual threat quarterback, which is always an issue for our defense, and then I'll go all the way back to Oregon at Autzen Stadium. We hadn't been challenged vertically like for our team and our defensive backs since that game. You can look at the Texas game, even when we played Oregon again, Tennessee, not really. Michigan, they didn't really push the ball down the field, but Oregon pushed the ball past the sticks, double moves. That was a Tez Johnson game, obviously.
That's right.
And so for a lot of these young receivers, we will get tested vertically. So I want to see the Matt Patricia approach to, this, because we have been playing with 6 DBs on the field, but they haven't. Everything has been in front of them, AR. So I want to see some PBUs and somebody getting put in the seatbelt.
So you said it right. If you're doing a tail of the tape for this weekend, it is more about Ohio State's defense versus this offense. It absolutely is.
Yeah, for sure.
I am saying it in the mindset of that I'm not crazy concerned, so I'm more excited to see Ohio State try to show Washington what their offense can do. So I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think, let's see what the over-under on this game is. Over 52.5. So they obviously expect some points. Yeah, I mean, the spread coming down certainly gives me a little pause and thinking they could go out there and just roll them for a team that can put up some points. The other thing I like about what Washington does, it's not just, things break down and a quarterback runs. They will run screens. They will offset your pass rush with some bubbles, and they will get guys in space, kind of like what Ohio State usually likes to do. And so those are the ones that you got to slow down a little bit and be ready for.
I don't know how much of a like are you into trends in football? Like do you remember the jet sweep trend, right? And in the Percy Harvin, getting somebody out on the edge. So now what Matt LaFleur, Kyle Shanahan, Dan Quinn, all of these people are doing it, and you're starting to see all of this orbit motion and going behind and running back and really these run schemes that are outweighing on the edge. So you're getting 3 offensive linemen on a safety and a corner and a will, and then also you have a running back pull in or a tight end pull in. It's creating out leverage schemes for fast guys like the Debos of the world, the Josh Downs, guys can get out on the edge. And so for this team, when you're saying screens and stuff like that, I love to see it. Will we see an evolution of that? Because it's a copycat. They always call it a copycat league. And so you'll normally see, and Chip Kelly did some stuff last year that the Chiefs did, right? He did a trick play that we saw on Sunday. So I want to see if we'll see Ohio State take advantage of our offensive linemen being able to get out on the edge, or will you see a version of that in Washington? And it's just been blowing my mind, just how football evolves each year. And you saw so much of it yesterday, and man, it always trickles down to college in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So
I think what we just described is that we may have a fun game on Saturday afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're going to watch a defense on paper going in, be tested. And the weird part is, if you talked about the beginning of the season, I thought the defense would be much more tested against Texas. And did a great job, obviously, with the goal line stand and everything there, and everything they did against Arch. But you could make the case that this seems a little more wide open, Washington, and how they want to try to play it. And then on the other side, it's this Ohio State offense that probably needs to open it up a little bit. And let's see the chances. Let's see guys that maybe aren't always in the mix, a third receiver, a tight end, guys they've started to use. I mean, I know the main dudes obviously are going to be heavily involved. Let's see this running game take off. Let's see, is this a Bo Jackson game specifically, or do they put CJ out there to catch more passes? This will be very interesting. We'll have Jim Lache on in 2 minutes and get an early feel on what he thinks about the Buckeyes against the Huskies. That's next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, 3 drawings, 12 winners, with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good. Now at Great Lakes Hyundai, save on new 2025 Sonatas with 0% financing for 60 months. 0% while supplies last. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com.
Is your business craving efficiency? Is it hungry for productivity? Then there's a tech solution you should implement now if you want to crush your KPIs and you also want BLTs or burrito bowls or bagels. It's called EasyCater, one platform for ordering food from a huge variety of restaurants for all your workplace needs. From falafel for the finance team to lasagna for the lunch and learn. Plus tools to help you save time and stay on budget. Ready to nail your deliverables? Order now at easycater.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Always as tender as a well-done steak. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, back at it. Buckeyes go on the road. First time this year at Washington, whose offense probably feels they can hang with Ohio State. A lot of Ohio State connections. The fact that Mike Brewster, former Buckeye, in quality control. The fact that old Scotty Graham, the running backs coach, former Buckeye. The fact that Pat Chun is the AD, who spent a lot of years in the Ohio State Athletics Department. So worlds are colliding, my friend. Jim Lache with us on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. A lot of Scarlet and Gray connection there.
Yeah, there is. And I got a chance to look at Washington last week. I saw that. Certainly Pat Chun, what he's been able to do. To be now the AD at Washington. I'm proud of his accomplishments. I remember when he was just an associate AD back here at Ohio State 25 years ago, and just a great guy. So happy for his career. And Scotty Graham, he's been involved in football one way or the other since he retired. I know he was big in the NFL union, NFLPA for a long time, and then got the itch to coach. Is now the running back coach. And as you mentioned, Mike Brewster, the former center here at Ohio State, helping out over there with the Huskies. So, hey, if you can't be at Ohio State, the next best place is to be in the Big Ten and help compete against the Buckeyes, and they'll get that opportunity. But it's not about those guys. It's about, their offense. Damon Williams, what he's been able to do. Jonah Coleman has been fantastic. Denzel Boston, the offensive line. So, they're the real deal, and Buckeye Nation got a chance to scout them with the bye weekend. Everybody, I'm sure the viewing ratings were high for the Washington State game here in the state of Ohio.
Different kind of a test defensively than what they faced against Texas or OU. I mean, what specifically are you, if not concerned, maybe a strong word. I don't want to put words in your mouth, Jimmy, but where are you on the Buckeye defense versus this offense and what they're going to need to do the most?
Get off the field on third down, right? I mean, they're 75% conversions on third downs, the Huskies. They've only punted twice, all year long, 39-yard average. So, I mean, it hasn't been long, but he hasn't been needed, in 3 games. So third down's going to be key. And obviously, if you're going to be good on third, you have to be good on first and second to get them in those third and long situations. So for me, that is something that you have to watch. And then, the rush defense, they're running for 260 yards a game. I mentioned Coleman. Williams showing that he can pull and tuck at any time. He's got great quickness back there. Now, we had a little bit of that with Parker Navarro, but this is, probably a whole nother level of a rushing-type quarterback and, not afraid to make plays. And, they kind of Coach Patricia and Coach Day kind of said he resembles a little bit about what Murray does, Kyle Murray. So this is going to be a guy that they know that they're going to have to understand where he is and keep him in that pocket. So contain rushes, cage rushes, make sure that you keep him bottled up a little bit. And then, hey, anytime you go on the road, you can't have stupid penalties. You can't have turnovers. You got to take care of your business. And, crowd noise could be a factor if the Buckeyes let them hang around.
Absolutely. I was going to zero in on Jonah Coleman. I know you touched on him. That was my question, but I remember him from the 2023 run that they had with Michael Penix and him getting hurt when they played against Oregon again in that Pac-12, the last Pac before it went away, and he was able to get a lot done and then come back last year and have an even better year. Like a back of this dynamic nature with this quarterback. I don't think Ohio State offensively has been tested since, probably Oregon on the road. And you kind of face the same factors, right? Going west, playing at an odd time. For them, it's going to be 12. Last year was at night going west versus a high-power offense, the Tez Johnson game. Are our DBs prepared for this? Because we have been in an attack mode where we have been playing with everything in front of us. Are we ready for bombs over our head yet?
Well, that's the key. Our corners, you're right. They've kind of kept everything in front of them. We had that long touchdown pass that, Livingston caught for Texas. But besides that, these guys have done a great job keeping everything in front of them, making tackles, after the catch to keep them out of the end zone. But this is going to be a different case with, what Denzel Boston brings. Get good size at 6'4", so he can body up the defensive back. So they're going to have to climb. And, again, we talk penalties. David Stigmanoza's been, fabulous here at Ohio State, but the only thing that people bring up are, hey, he gets a penalty, and he had one already this year, so that's going to be key to keep him. But, yeah, Jonah Coleman, had 1,000 yards last year. This year he's averaging almost 7 yards per attempt, leading the NCAA with 9 touchdowns right now, and that's, obviously just in 3 games because they've had their bye. So that's been key for them. And, I think Jed Fish is, one of those head coaches that calls the plays, and he's done a good job of dialing up those runs and, have that offensive line, which, 6'5", 315 average across the board. So they're big old boys that you're going to have to get your pads down low and use your hands and play with great leverage against a team like this. But they got it, and you don't want to kind of get into shootout when you're on the road. So our defense has led us. This will be a great test again for our 2 linebackers. Caleb Downs, floating around that box, maybe disguising some things like we've, kind of shown that we can do the first couple games and kind of keep that up against, Damon Williams and, what he's going to do as a first-time starter. And then, you look at their defense, they play pretty well on that side of the ball, too. They got some guys that can step up and make some plays. Ryan Walters, a former Purdue coach, so he's got a chance to see Ohio State in person a year ago. Now we got some different personnel, but, he understands what this is all about. So that'll be it's going to be a fun one. I think everybody kind of knew the road games bring a different thing, but going out on the road and, playing at 12:30, which I think kind of plays in Ohio State's favor, you got to go out and take care of business. And as you mentioned, last time we went out there to play Oregon, lost that by 1 point with, seconds to go in the game where we couldn't get that ball down. So a lot of lessons learned last year, and they'll have to take that, with them this year and see if they can find a way to get out on top. But it's going to be a fun game to call and a fun game to watch and be involved with. And, like I said, Julian saying playing on the road for the first time, it'll be interesting to see how they, handle the play calling and things like that going against this Huskies defense.
Jim, let me build off that real quickly. What would you like to see them do? Handle him the way they did against Texas? I know it was the opener. It was his first game. You didn't want to throw a crazy amount at him, but now that he's had a few games under his belt, but you said he is going on the road. Would you like them to deal with this game early, being that kind of a feel where you're conservative, kind of manage the game, or are you more likely to take some aggressive shots early?
Well, I think with our receivers and what they've shown, the ability to have some big play balls, and Julian's been fantastic throwing the deep ball. So if he gets an opportunity with Jeremiah and Carnell and, Max Clare, set those guys up to take some shots down the field just because he's proven that he can do that. So I think it's going to be opened up a little bit more than it was, week 1 playing at home against, Texas defense. Just an opportunity for those guys to mix it up a little bit. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to that tempo mode, trying to play fast. Now, don't do it the whole game, but, throw some series in there where you're moving the ball down the field because with the ability that, Washington has to run the football on the other side, you don't want to hang your defense out to dry, have a quick 3 and out. So, just mix that in and use a little bit of it because they showed some success. And, use all 3 running backs. And, we've seen Bo Jackson go for back-to-back 100-yard games, averaging almost 12 yards per carry. If he can continue that, keep feeding the young guy.
You got it, my man. When are you taking off?
Taking off Thursday afternoon, flying out with the team. So, yeah, that'll be, I think, late afternoon, early evening, 6 o'clock maybe that flight is. So we'll head out Thursday, get a chance to get acclimated Friday, and do the game on Saturday. So it should be a fun weekend.
All right. Safe travel, my friend. Bring back a dub, and we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. I'll talk to you next Monday.
Thanks. Jimmy Lache with us, former All-American Super Bowl champ with us on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. That shuffle in the running back room, how do current guys look at that? Everything's cool, or do they sense that there's the young guy that they want to feed more? I mean, do guys sense it?
Well, I think for any like 5-star, 4-star recruit that's like not from Ohio or a transfer is like a good Ohio player working out. Like you feel it, like you understand, like people know. I mean, and then like you're against a great sports name too. Right, AR, just like for all surrounding purposes, like anytime you hear Bo Jackson, if you're in the room, and this is nothing against Peoples or Sanders, it's just he's coming, and he's a freshman, he's from Ohio, he has a great name, and he's showing the aptitude to play at a very high level early, and he's already getting the nods from Julian and the leaders of the team. So
that's what I'm saying.
Those guys know, it might pretty much be, Well, I tweeted the other day. I said we've entered the Bo Jackson era. It's his time. So, and I'm excited to be here because I like what I see, and I also believe like his body is just still underdeveloped. Like this is just who this guy is right now. Like he hasn't even had a full offseason. Like do you remember the? I mean, well, you see the jump that AR took. Arvell Reese, and imagine when this guy takes one next year. It's gonna be a lot to take in. He has a good future in front of him.
Yeah, sure. It's one of those where at the beginning of the season it was a battle between CJ and James Peoples, and we didn't know what combo platter with Bo Jackson maybe showing something. And now we're at this point, and I could probably think that the coaches are like, yes, we have something very special here, but it's a long season, and he is a young guy, and we want to make sure we have him when it counts. But boy, it's tough to put the reins on him now. We'll come back with Party Like a Roth Star on a Monday. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK. I was told you could make us feel better. You're suffering from too much junkitis. Point at something you haven't used lately. Wow, it's gone. Try it, honey. You'll feel light as a feather.
Something I haven't used?
All you have to do is point.
I feel like I'm flying.
That's the sound of optimism and energy and possibilities. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Fox Monday, Fox Monday.
I think you mean
Jane's Day.
Yes, plural.
She's hosting a show where you guess a tune that'll make you think. And she's hosting a show where a celebrity is the weakest link.
You suck at this game.
All new Celebrity Name That Tune with Jane Krakowski and all new Celebrity Weakest Link with Jane Lynch.
Tonight, starting at 8 on Fox 28.
Built by tradition, driven by Saturdays. Dave Holmes, Beanie Wells, and Cardale Jones host The Script, a new show covering the Ohio State story from the guys who wrote it.
You're going to call me a homer in this situation, I know. Here we go.
With big opinions.
Why in the world would you not want a primetime game of this magnitude?
And real talk from real Buckeyes.
Yes, they're ducking the smoke. Coming in hot. Oh, my God.
New episodes every week. The Script, wherever you get your podcasts.
5 words no one wants to hear? You need a new roof. What do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year, no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Back to work, school, it's all happening. It's real life. Routine shouldn't be a bad word.
How about winning rhythm, losing weight every week with Awaken 180 and looking forward each day in every weigh-in? Fast results online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hi, this is Ryan Krieger, and at Krieger Ford, we're offering an amazing $12,000 off MSRP on a new Ford Bronco Badlands. This offer is only from Krieger Ford, so come see us on Morris Road or visit KriegerFord.com today. Home of the Krieger Commitment. Best cars, best people, peace of mind.
Children with Down syndrome in Central Ohio need your support. Join 10TV, Newman Roofing, and the Down Syndrome Association of Central Ohio Sunday, October 5th for the 2025 Buddy Walk. Join thousands of participants as we come together to celebrate the uniqueness and resiliency of the Down syndrome community. Your participation and donations directly support programs and services for people with Down syndrome and their families. Together, we can make a meaningful impact and pave the way for a more inclusive future. Sunday, October 5th for the 2025 Buddy Walk.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Wake up and laugh with the Bob and Tom Show on the Fan 2.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
It says here they've won 5 Marconi Awards. I can't even spell Marconi. The Fan 2, Columbus is home of the Bob and Tom Show. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Let's all gather into the Kiki. It's time to party like a Roth star.
Huge weekend. So many to choose from. Depot, you're the guest. Your honor. If you'd like to lead off, it's all you.
Well, we were talking about like things that were Roth starring or just like starring of the weekend. And for me, it's almost like I'm an Olympic buff and I like to see a nice triple axel. Like I get off on seeing the suspense of the acrobatic thing happening, and for me this weekend that was special teams, and I love Mayday situation. You know what Mayday situations are? We got to get this first, put this ball, snap this ball, spike it, get the field goal team on, and go drill 50-yard kicks. For some reason, that's like a triple axel for me. Because it's so hard to get 11 guys, which really is 22 guys, on our exchange of maybe like 6 or 4 guys coming off the field on the field within 6 seconds, and then like putting this ball in the target. And what you saw this weekend in camp, AR, field goal, those type of things in meeting times can just drag, and you're like, no, this stuff doesn't matter or whatever. This week, that stuff was rearing its head, and I bet like there were some pissed off special team coaches today and tomorrow that are going to be looking at stuff like, how are we getting hopped over? How are these kicks getting blocked? And then you just got to say, like, okay, Jordan Davis gets one. The Jets get one. You saw what happened with the Buccaneers, and you saw what happened in Cleveland. It's that time of year to where special teams are coming into play, and it was just beautiful for me. It's just beautiful. Like I it gets down to the point where I was the guy that's like, don't talk to the kicker. Like when the game starts, don't talk to the kicker. Let him do his thing, whatever he needs, whatever mental space, whatever time gap he needs to go over there, whatever he say, hey, blame me for it. You can blame me for you missing it. I'll take that, bro. But you got to keep that psyche right. It's more fragile than a quarterback psyche. You think a quarterback psyche is fragile? We talk, oh, you don't want to do it to Julian? Mess with a kicker's psyche. We're playing with fire.
I do know that if you're a kicker, you kind of know off the toe whether it's going in. And I feel like in watching, we'll get to the Browns one, but I feel like in watching the Packers, unless he was hitting a little baby fade, like I don't even know if that was going to be good. It looked like it was going to go left. But if you're the kicker and you know you're probably not going to make it, you're begging for that thing to be blocked. Because you know you missed it, you want it blocked. But that was crazy. All right, I'll go back to a 6th-round pick. 211 overall by the Colts back in 2020. Did run a 4.28 40 at his pro day, but he played for UMass. So the Colts waived him after he was popped. He was popped by the league for gambling, actually. He set up an account under somebody else's name. He was picked up by the Eagles. He sat out a year for the suspension. He played in the Super Bowl last year. And then the Vikes signed him. Vikes signed him with a 2-year deal. I'm talking about the corner Isaiah Rodgers, who had perhaps the greatest defensive performance in NFL history, especially for the Vikes.
Bengals can make things interesting. Plus, they get the third quarter kick. It's Fant. Lost the football. It's Rodgers again, off and running. Oh, my goodness. He runs it back for a second touchdown today.
2 touchdowns by one guy defensively. 2 forced fumbles, 1 pick, 1 catch allowed, two total yards allowed on the day. Had a pass breakup. I don't know how much you get into the Pro Football Focus stuff and whether the grading is real or not.
I do.
But he did become the first player to ever receive, a perfect 99.9. I guess that's what their score is.
That outlier is going to help his season average so much.
Since the site began grading player performances about 20 years ago, this guy's the only guy that's ever gotten that high of a score. And I'm not sure if this is an official stat that the NFL tracks, but he also outscored the Packers by himself. So that's pretty good.
That's a way
you guys would enjoy that.
That PFF is going to be so good at the end of the season. He might make the Pro Bowl just because of that one game. It's that good.
Unreal. All right. Anybody else you want to highlight?
Yeah, man. I do want to highlight somebody because, by fiduciary responsibility, I am a Texans fan because they changed my life. And so I always take heed of the AFC South. I'm not really worried about Jacksonville. I think we can get Cam Ward in his young stage. But this team that I am seeing in Indianapolis, this reemergence of Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor is playing like he wants a rushing title this year.
Yeah.
And that's who I want.
He killed me in fantasy.
Oh, man. 3 touchdowns, 100 yards plus. I mean, he looks like Wisconsin, Jonathan. He's paid, he's happy, and he's running angry. Jonathan Taylor, man. He's my rock star.
First rounder way back, 2009 draft. A man named Michael Nelson Trout had a milestone this weekend.
Trout swings, and that one's going to go! He did it! He did it! Number 400 for Mike Trout! Another entry on the already complete Hall of Fame resume for one of the greatest players in the history of the sport.
Yeah, and maybe the most wasted talent in the history of the sport as far as being stuck where he was and having one playoff series and had Ohtani for a half a dozen years. And it's weird. It's one of those great, talented careers. Let me give you the list of players that have 400 home runs, 200 stolen bases, and a WAR of 86 plus. Here's the list. Bonds, Barry, A-Rod, Frank Robinson, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, and Mike Trout. That's the list. And a cool part of the story, so the kid that caught the ball, Matty always would say, I'm keeping the ball or I'm going to ransom it back to the player for like thousands of dollars. But the kid who bought the ball traded Trout for signed bats and baseballs. And maybe the coolest moment I've ever seen, and I've never seen anybody ask to do this. He was in the dugout, the guy that caught the ball. And after they did the swap, he said, do you mind if we go out on the field and play a little catch? And Trout's like, you want to do that? Let's do that. And they stepped out of the dugout and just started throwing a ball with the dude.
Pretty much can get Michael Trout to do anything you want right there in that moment.
Well, he got the ball back, so that's cool. But those are some big party moments this weekend. All right, we will come back top of the hour and get into a Sports Center update here, and then also the Browns. And the proof of life. I'm not going to say I saw it coming, but I saw something close to it. That's next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Common man, a radio veteran, has a large hemorrhoid. Timmy Hall, a good, clean boy, moonlights as man's hemorrhoid. Common man and Timmy.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan.
What's better than cheering the Buckeyes on to victory? Wearing our exclusive collection of OSU jewelry as you watch. Hi, this is Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. We're an officially licensed jeweler of The Ohio State University, and we've created beautiful Buckeye jewelry that will last a lifetime. From Blanco earrings to Diamond Script Ohio necklaces, we've got luxury Buckeye gifts starting at $99. No matter where you're watching, show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Our clients deserve for us to care, and they deserve to feel serviced. They have questions, and they deserve answers. We're counselors first because I'm not selling them anything. I'm trying to teach clients how to protect themselves. At Kurgis & Associates, we're personal injury attorneys. We've helped and continue to help hundreds and hundreds of clients every year. That's important to us. If you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, call now. 614-GOT-HURT. That's 614-GOT-HURT. Kurgis & Associates. Attorneys who care.
Everybody poops, everybody pees. Mommy, will you call Mr. Rooter, please? 'Cause I gotta poop and I gotta pee. Only Mr. Rooter can clear the drain for me. Thank you, Mr. Rooter.
Hi, everybody. We call it what it is at Mr. Rooter. When you have a plumbing or drain problem, the team at Mr. Rooter is ready 7 days a week. Call us today and take advantage of our $95 drain cleaning special. Visit us at MrRooter.com. We'll be there quick.
If you're itching for a new vehicle this fall, you have to go see my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Hey, it's Anthony. I drive an awesome Ridgeline, and you can drive home the rugged 25 Ridgeline Sport with 0% APR or lease for as low as $299 a month. Or go for the looks and reliability of a 2025 Honda Accord LX, just 3.99% APR, or lease it from only $199 a month. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, and GermainHondaofDublin.com.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on the team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
At Kroger Pharmacy, we make it easy to get flu, COVID, and RSV vaccines. They're available at no cost to you with most insurance plans. No appointment needed. And we're open weekdays, weeknights, and weekends. So come and visit us when it's most convenient for you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Vaccines subject to availability. No cost to you with most insurance plans. Check with your plan for eligibility. Restrictions and exclusions may apply. See site for details.
Fox Monday, Fox Monday. I think you mean Jane's Day. Yes, plural. She's hosting a show where you guess a tune that'll make you think. And she's hosting a show where a celebrity is the weakest link.
You suck at this game.
All new Celebrity Name That Tune with Jen Krakowski and all new Celebrity Weakest Link with Jane Lynch.
Tonight, starting at 8 on Fox 28.
Built by tradition, driven by Saturdays. Dave Holmes, Beanie Wells, and Cardale Jones host The Script, a new show covering the Ohio State story from the guys who wrote it.
You're going to call me a homer in this situation, I know. Here we go.
With big opinions.
Why in the world would you not want a primetime game of this magnitude?
And real talk from real Buckeyes.
Yes, they're ducking the smoke. Coming in hot. Oh, my God.
New episodes every week. The Script, wherever you get your podcasts.
Is your business craving efficiency? Is it hungry for productivity? Then there's a tech solution you should implement now if you want to crush your KPIs and you also want BLTs or burrito bowls or like bagels. It's called EasyCater, one platform for ordering food from a huge variety of restaurants for all your workplace needs. From falafel for the finance team to lasagna for the lunch and learn. Plus tools to help you save time and stay on budget. Ready to nail your deliverables? Order now at easycater.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good
afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. NFL tonight, the Detroit Lions visit the Baltimore Ravens at 8:15. Today, ESPN's Adam Schefter reporting Arizona Cardinals running back James Conner will miss the rest of the season after an ankle injury Sunday. College football, Ohio State remains atop the AP Top 25 poll, followed by Miami and Penn State. Basketball, Duke women's head coach Kara Lawson was named head coach of the Team USA women's national squad for the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. NHL preseason, Columbus welcomes Buffalo at 7. Baseball, both Cincinnati and Cleveland are off. Reds hold the third NL wildcard spot, while the Guardians have the third AL wildcard spot. This update sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Hitting a hole in one into your ear hole. Ew. This is Rothman and Ice.
Hour number 2, Rothman and Ice. Anthony Rothman, Devere Posey, TLC at the controls. Tyler Danberg on the update desk. Brownies pull off a semi-miracle. I was so happy for their kicker. Just so happy for him. That is redemption. It felt like it was destiny after they blocked the field goal, but man, they made some stupid plays in that game and still got away with it. They really did. I mean, they were down 3 inside midfield on a third down, and Teller and who's the other guy? Leviston decide to not communicate on who's going to block Rashawn Gary. So nobody does. You're only down 3, man. That can't happen. Too many men on the field when they sack Love on a third down deep in their own end. That's absolutely brutal. Pathetic penalties, 1st and goal at the 1. And then on third down, you get an illegal block by Teller. Those are things, Depot, that you look back on when you lose. I just did it when they won. But I guarantee if they would have lost that game, those are the things we would have been saying, this is how teams lose. Is that on coaching? I guess. Is it on players? Sure. But they needed one thing. They needed Jordan Love to make a mistake. And he did. And blocking a field goal is, how rare would you guys say blocking a field goal is?
This weekend it was pretty
this
common.
Weekend it was commonplace. But mostly
3 times in 5 minutes.
It's pretty rare unless it's on a 60-yarder and the guy's got to just drive a 3-iron. But mostly it's pretty rare. And, it's... And then I want to get your guys' opinion on this. I don't know if you guys saw when Devin Bush recovered what I thought he had. He had possession. Hard to see it, and I guess that's why they do it, but it was a great play at a great moment. And after they ruled that he didn't have possession, or at least they couldn't see possession, you thought, okay, game's over. That was their shot. Yep. They tried to take the ball away. They did. It was a great punch out. And then when Shelby Harris blocks the field goal, and then Flacco gets him in range, kind of your Mayday situation. Yep. And then Schmidt hits the 55-yarder. I said on Friday that the NFL is going to NFL. I could see the Browns beating the Packers because they're the polar opposite. The Packers are the new it team. Launch them into the Super Bowl. They can't be stopped. They have Micah Parsons. And here are the same old Browns wearing their all fudge uniforms. Let's go full brown. It felt like on paper, this was one of those things that was an automatic for people that are outside of Ohio. The Browns have actually been hanging in games. And I also thought this could be a low-scoring game because I wasn't afraid of the Packers' weapons. I respect the Packers' defense a lot. But I wasn't afraid of them running away from Cleveland. And then you add Cleveland's defense against a team that doesn't have extraordinary weapons. And all of a sudden, I think you're going to have a football game. That is a stealing a win in the NFL. And you have to do it. Now, no one's coming in here and saying, okay, the Browns are for real now. Get ready, they're a playoff team. I can't say it. I don't think anybody's saying it. because there's just not going to be enough offensively. But, man, that defense is going to keep them in a lot of games, especially games like this one. So, as bad a penalties, Depot, as I saw, as bad as penalties and plays that the Browns were making in that game, they were always in it. The score never got away from them. Now, it took a minor miracle. It did. I'm not going to – what was the field goal attempt that was blocked? 43 yards?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yep.
Not a chip shot, but in the NFL, it kind of is now.
Yeah.
55-yarder for a guy that missed 2 kicks, that was a miracle. That was something I feel like, I guess if you're Schmidt, are you thinking right before that kick, it's 55, I'm not supposed to make it, so there's less pressure? Or do you think he felt the weight of the world, that this is my one chance to show that I am a good kicker, this is why they got me? Like, I'm wondering what was going through his mind. There's got to be something out there with him. And I know, did his mother pass away this summer? Like, it's been a, if I was rooting for one guy the entire weekend, it was that guy to make that kick.
Yeah, and that was a huge kick. I mean, it was his career long kick. I think in college he had 54, and I think, or 54, 55, and that was 56. But I mean, I zero out of Kevin Stefanski, and I feel like I'm always watching him win a close game, and just being from Ohio, guys. I don't know if you guys know or not. I'm from Cincinnati, so it's tough to cover the Browns for me, just internally, spiritually, and what I'm learning about covering the Browns. When the Bengals are good, we're good, right? And we play in tight games, but the Browns are in tight games all the time, right? Like, and you look at Stefanski, he's been in over 40 games that are, maybe even more than that. Maybe it's pushing like 50 that have been decided by 7 points or less, AR. And so him finding a way to seemingly operate at a very high level, no matter what the quarterback is, no matter who's at offensive line or what running backs or what receiver groups, him as a coach, he does a good job with what we were talking about. That my rough star, my special teaming things. Like, I love to see clean operations like a triple axel, and he does a good job landing them oddly.
It's one of those, this guy, Andre Schmidt, played college at Syracuse, then with the St. Louis Battlehawks.
And Lou Gras Award winner.
And he won the Browns job in training camp. This was his 4th career NFL field goal. And I think he probably felt like, this is my one and only time for redemption. No one was going to fault him if he missed a 55-yarder, I don't think. But I think it just would have been lopped onto, is he really a gamer? Like, He's a good kicker. He's a talented kicker. But the difference between, this isn't any sport, but I think mostly in golf and kicking, when it's one guy's job and the ball's not moving and it's there and this is what you do, I feel like there are guys that can make pressure kicks, and they've done them their whole lives.
His throws, too. Yeah,
and their pressure throws and catches, too. I get it.
Yeah.
But I feel like
the throw to Tom was a great.
Well, that's one of the great catches in the history of the game. It happened in a Super Bowl.
But that was a great pitch. That was a great little, what do you call it, a little chip shot to the corner. Like, that was perfect. So quarterbacks, kickers, and golfers, I get what you're saying. There are guys that can do it in moments that don't count as much. This is a game-winning kick. Mm-hmm. And from 55, which you said he had not. I mean, like I said, this was his 4th field goal. Well, this surpassed his career long, and it was in college, and he was a Lou Gras Award winner coming out of college.
He probably felt like, my original question was, did he feel more pressure or less pressure to make it, based on what had happened to him early in the season against Cincinnati? I think the distance created less pressure because you're not supposed to make it. You can. And in the NFL, maybe 55-yarders are looked at now as way more than makeable. In fact, I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm still in the camp that a 55-yarder, I'm betting more that a guy's going to miss a 55-yarder than make it.
Yeah.
Where are you guys on that?
I think for a guy to make a 55-yarder, it's almost like AR when you're shooting, your hybrid. You know what the last 20 yards are gonna do, no matter where you are, no matter what angle it launches at. You know what the last 20 yards are gonna do, right, with that club. And I think for him making a 55-yarder, well, I might need to start this out to the right of the field goal because I know my last 10 yards are going to tail back right. It's going to draw back left, all right, for a right hand, for the kicker. So I think it's more about, it's almost like knowing your distances, man, right? So if he says, man, no matter what, I got a 55-yard, I got a 50-plus kick that I know I have some left head, like it draws a little to the left, and I'm sitting right here on the lake. Let's go.
I just like, for a kicker, I like the fact that he could swing into that kick and not have to steer it. There's no steering for him from 55 yards. He wasn't that long. The harder kick for him to make might have been the 43-yarder, the one that's very makeable, the one that he may have to steer in instead of just swinging hard.
See?
Here is, do you have the sound? Here's Andre Schmidt, who is, it's really an unbelievable story. And by the way, before you play this, when I saw there was a flag on the play, I was ready to vomit.
Really?
I was just making, obviously it was on Green Bay for being offsides. As time expired, he gave the Browns the win. His mother passed away in July. I've never rooted for a guy more.
Okay, 66. Unexpected. No, brain aneurysm. So, dealing with a lot personally, but it's good to come through it. And I know she's there. She's there with me and giving me strength and support. And when I make these kicks, like the first thing I think about is her and how she'd love to be here. And obviously I do it for her as well. And she was like my biggest fan. So.
Oh, jeez. Is your father still on?
He is. Yes, he's here actually today, and my sister. Yeah.
Is this the first game he's been to, or
no? He's been to every game. Yeah.
Okay. What was your mom's name?
Lala, L-A-L-A.
And when was that, in July?
It was, July 10th.
Jeez. So, does that weigh you down at all, or does that inspire you at this point?
It's a roller coaster of emotions, up and down. Tough games, like week one feels like everything is kind of like crashing down, but then wins like this, it's wins like this and hitting game winners is good. It feels obviously unbelievable, but there's the part of me where it's like, it'd be even sweeter if she was here. Yeah. I know she's watching and she's there in spirit.
Incredible. The words he just spoke have never been more real. And because he could have gotten in front of that microphone and said, yep, my mom made that happen. And instead, it was so real because I've said this before from somebody that has lost a mother at a very early age as well, is that the good times are not as good because they're not here to share them with. And the bad times are worse because they're not around for you to lean on them. And he just basically said that. And the fact that his dad and sister were there, and the fact they dumped Dustin Hopkins before the season or going forward this season with Andre Schmidt and him to have a rivalry game against the Bengals for him to just crap out early, you feel like that could have destroyed a guy's career. And I don't know if he makes a 55-yarder if it wasn't set up the way you were talking about, Depot, where there's the roller coaster and wave of emotion off a blocked field goal, get him in range, no time to think, here we go, run out there, swing it as far as you can, as hard as you can, and just pierce it down the middle. It almost has to come very fast.
Yep.
Where it's not, okay, the Browns are down 2. Let's try to drive 80 yards. He gets him into position. It's more of a chip shot from NFL standards. Send him out there again, like in the Bengals game. This was that rush him into motion, 55-yarder, spike the ball. Okay, here we go. It really obviously works. So whatever happens to him the rest of the season, I'm pulling for him.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
You probably stop warming up when they're kicking, right? You probably you step away from the net to see if they miss it, and then you say, "Hey, we blocked it. oh, maybe I should go warm up again. Right? Yeah. Probably snapped his helmet. He's running on there to go hit a game winner. Can't even think about it.
Yeah, this isn't a guy spending 10 minutes on the sideline kicking into a net, waiting on commercial breaks.
Well, LaFleur, I thought he iced him. But it was more about getting bigger personnel in. It really wasn't like an ice kick. It was almost like a substitution. So
walk off for the Brownies. We'll get into Dion playing daddy again. You'll hear it next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
The best thing about watching football this weekend, talking football on Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall from my friends at Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. 2 years ago, I was actually experiencing hip pain for the first time in my life, and I knew I needed the best. So I chose Orthopedic One for my physical therapy needs. And in a matter of weeks, I was rotating that golf swing better than before, and I was the longest hitter in my group again. So be like me and trust Orthopedic One and stay at the top of your game. Several convenient locations across Central Ohio. To find a physician or location near you, just go to orthopedic1.com.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus. It's fall or autumn, as the losers like to say. What does that mean in the car world? That means places like Jermaine Lexus want to clear out all of their 2025 inventory to make room for the 2026 models. And for you, the customer, that means big savings. Take advantage of their lack of space with aggressive pricing. They also have plenty of L-certified vehicles on the lot for the fall collection sales event. If you're in the market, please stop in and see my friends. Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Scotty Vegas here. Smartest bet of the season? Bet on yourself. I needed a weight loss plan that fit into real life. Tailgates, road trips, kids' nights, and still lets you eat. Week 1 with Awaken 180, I was down 6. By the end, 45 pounds gone. That's with wings, chili, meatballs, sausages, all the good stuff. It's the Tailgate transformation. Structure, coaching, and food that tastes like a win. Make the smart play. Start your tailgate transformation at awaken180weightloss.com.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun. Your way. That means every few minutes across Ohio, 20 out of 80 possible numbers are randomly picked. And if some of the numbers you picked match, voila, you're a winner. Keno doesn't require you to know a single thing about sports ball or overs, unders, pluses, minuses, or lines, or whatever else. Keno is as simple as, did some of my numbers match? They did? Great. You just raked in some dough. There are more than 20 hours of Keno draws every day and thousands of places to play statewide. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Your new Columbus home for the Jim Rome Show is the Fan 2.
Catch the live experience weekdays from 3 to 6.
Just one requirement. Have a take and don't suck. The Fan 2, Columbus's home of the Jim Rome Show. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Some scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and early evening, some which could have heavy downpours and gusty winds, but it'll be a muggy and mild day with highs only getting into the upper 70s. For tonight, we'll see some rain early with lows in the mid-60s. And then for Tuesday, more of an isolated risk of showers and storms throughout the day with our temperatures getting into the upper 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Finding the sweet spot between the over and the under. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, I was somewhat pulling for the Giants last night in that I wanted that stupid conspiracy theory of that the league wouldn't let the Chiefs be 0-3. First of all, as I said last week, it's not the league that was preventing the Chiefs from being 0-3. It was the Chiefs and the Giants. It's who they were playing. The conspiracy theory would have come off so much more powerful if they were playing a team that they were an underdog to. Then, okay, then we could all, all right, now there's some interest. Russell Wilson. You know, I really like Chris Collinsworth, but he said something last night that was, I thought, brutal. When they had points at a 6-6 game, the end of the half, and Russ throws up a moon ball to Neighbors in the corner where he has no position, and Collinsworth says, well, you can't blame Russ for that one. It's Neighbors in the corner. He just got out-jumped. What do you mean he got out-jumped? The ball was thrown right to the defender. He barely had to jump. Like, of course you put that on the quarterback. He just took points off the board. Like, honestly, this wasn't a Hail Mary.
Was it an RCI?
That got picked.
Was it an RCI? Receiver calls interception for you?
No. This was an underthrown ball.
Okay.
That the only place that ball needs to be is out of the end zone or give Neighbors a chance. He lobbed it up like a jump ball, and it was underthrown right before half, and he took a chance he took points off the board if he could have a go-ahead field goal. And Collinsworth says, well, you can't blame Russell for that one. 100% I can. Because it was a stupid gamble in a close game where you're toe-to-toe with the Chiefs. Either way, Russ, man, I'll tell you, he either...
Well, I don't know. Well, I take that. Well,
did you know the play I'm talking about?
Well, this was the fourth down. A fourth down, and we took a shot at the end zone right before the half, correct? Or
yeah.
Third, yeah.
No, it wasn't a fourth down. They didn't go for it, I don't think.
Okay.
No. It was I'll have to go back and look at the play-by-play, but I know they were in position.
I would take the Fran Brown approach if I'm Daboll, right? You got one of the better coaches in college football, one of the teams that they said were supposed to be good this year, the Chiefs, better team, better organization. They're 0-2. I like being aggressive in the first half. I like Fran Brown having a change of play. I'm sorry, sudden change. He throws a play down the field. They catch a fade, and then he comes right back with the surprise onside kick. I like Daboll saying first half we got the Chiefs are down. Let's stay aggressive and let's try and throw for a touchdown. But
you just scored. You just got a 3-and-out. You're going down the field in a 6-6 game. And not only that, you wound up giving up a field goal on the other end to end the half. No. There's 56 seconds left. It's 2nd and 7 at the Kansas City 23. And you're throwing a jump ball to the end zone in a 6-6 game?
Hey, man, that's good. Let's see. Why not? It's the Aaron.
I'll tell you why not.
Aaron Rodgers rules.
Oh, man. and like I said, I don't expect that much from the Giants. This wasn't about them. They could have given them the lead. I don't know. Maybe they give up a field goal anyway. It's a 9-9 going into half. I don't know. Either way, they were in the game. You only do that if you're down 2 touchdowns already and you know that you're probably going to not win with field goals. I thought it was stupid. Bengals, this I did not see coming. Actually, I saw part of it coming. I saw part of this coming.
Jamar Chase?
No, not this part. These are two backup quarterbacks, Carson Wentz and Jake Browning. I thought Browning would have a leg up on Wentz simply because Wentz hasn't played. Like, Bengals are on the road. You expect the Bengals offense to do something. The Vikings offensive line hasn't been great. You thought maybe this was a wash. It was a 3-point game. And the only thing you can't predict is either how good or bad these backups are going to play. Player clip from Friday, TLC, when we're talking about overs and unders.
Well, you know what I like to say when backup quarterbacks are playing? Don't forget about the pick sixes. That can get you some points. It's not all about whether the offenses score. What about the defenses? And you could have that this week.
Mm-hmm. You had it all right. 48-10 Vikings. 48-10. Am I wrong about Jake Browning? Because all last week I debated Maddie. He wants him to go out and spend millions and get Kirk Cousins. I said, you put Cousins behind that line, the same stuff's going to happen. He won't be able to get out of the way. I said, ride it out with Browning because we've seen him actually play well and he knows the system. But now I'm starting to believe that this may be too much to ask. I've seen it before. I've seen Brown. He's got weapons.
Well, with Brian Flores, he rattled Joe Burrow last year. They went up there and got popped by the Vikings last year, too. So I wouldn't dive too much deep into...
That was last year? No, they didn't play him 2 years in a row on the road, did they?
Hold on, double check that because or maybe it was 2 years ago. But I know Joe Burrow had a day with Brian Flores that he was pretty it just frustrated him. So it could be a system thing too. I don't know if I'm jumping off the Jake Browning train yet, but let me double check on the last time the Bengals played.
I know
Brian Flores.
we Vikes played down here a few years ago, but either way, yes, the Vikings defense came to play, and the Bengals actually were in that game when Fant got that ball popped out by Rodgers. So I'm not going to put that on Browning. Obviously, I can't. And all games can snowball, and I don't think the Bengals are a 48-10 bad. Like I think this game got away from them. The Vikings just started to roll. But if you told me that they're going to blast them by that many points, nobody would buy that. Nobody would expect that. Not going to Wentz. Come on. Like, the Vikings just lost to the Falcons 22-6, and they're going to a backup quarterback. Nobody thought that was possible. So I'll go back to my original question. Your opinion. Am I asking too much for Jake Browning to keep this team afloat for the miracle of Burrow coming back in mid-December and saving them?
You're not asking too much. I mean, not with the playmakers that this team has.
Can I give you their schedule? Maybe you'll change your opinion.
Let's see.
At Denver.
Loss.
Home against Detroit.
Loss.
At Green Bay.
Loss.
Home against Pittsburgh.
Win.
Home against the Jets.
Win.
Home against the Bears.
I say loss.
Bye week.
Win.
We're good. Yeah. At Pittsburgh.
Split it. Loss.
Home against New England. Sounds like a win right now.
They lost last year.
At Baltimore. L. At loss. Buffalo. L. Home against Baltimore. That would be when he maybe could come back in his first game back. How rusty will he be?
I'm giving the Ravens both of those.
So I think we just described a sub-500 football team well before Burrow could even come back. So if you have them at 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, 3-4, 5-5 before their bye week?
That doesn't sound like a very inspiring
All right,
season.
so if they're 5-5 at their bye week, then can we get them? What are they going to need to get in them? 5 more wins?
Yeah, and it sounds like, based off what you just rattled off, that their schedule is very backloaded.
New England.
So that's not happening.
Miami, Arizona, Cleveland. That's 4. This is still a 9-win football team. Remember, don't forget, they won their first 2 games.
Yeah.
This is still a 9-win football team. I don't know if 9 gets you in.
Yep.
Am I wrong to think this is the 9-win football team with Jake Browning?
It doesn't sound like it.
In my head, and I know that you just counted it off, but in my head, when you were listing off that schedule, I'm like, there are a million losses on this schedule. And I'm still not sold on the Jaguars game. I'm not trying to like retroactively count that as a loss.
No, you can't do that.
So I'm not trying to do that. But
not in this NFL.
No. But what I'm saying is, I didn't think it was a pass interference. Not to relitigate that, but I thought the Jaguars should have won. So I say all that to say I'm still questioning where the Bengals are. I don't know if this is just a one-off. In fact, I think that there's a chance that this game revealed that Joe Burrow's injury was basically one giant 1 week distraction from all the other problems that this team had.
Seems to be. This should have been a lot more competitive. We'll keep examining it. And you'll hear from Zach Taylor. What did he have to say about why they lost and why they lost this way? That's in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
5 words no one wants to hear. You need a new roof. What do you do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year, no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Is your business craving efficiency? Is it hungry for productivity? Then there's a tech solution you should implement now if you want to crush your KPIs and you also want BLTs or burrito bowls or like bagels. It's called EasyCater, one platform for ordering food from a huge variety of restaurants for all your workplace needs. From falafel for the finance team to lasagna for the lunch and learn. Plus tools to help you save time and stay on budget. Ready to nail your deliverables? Order now at easycater.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Fascinating, informative, covered in dog slobber. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Bengals still lead the division. If that means anything to anyone. Tied with TLC's Pittsburgh Steelers. Ravens 1-1. By the way, here's a great stat. I'll just release it now. The Ravens, I think they can be the first team ever to score 40 or more in their first 3 games if they pop the Lions for 40 tonight. Think I'm going to bet that they would score 40 or more, but I guess if there was a defense you might be able to pull that on, maybe the Lions. We'll see. Good game tonight, though, for sure. Before the season, if I knew the Lions were getting 4.5, I would take it. I'm not sure. We'll do that at 2:15. All right, back to the Bengals. Everybody knew their defense was, here comes Al Golden, fix the defense, and the Trey Hendrickson distraction, and everything they had going this year. The best thing that I heard, or the best thing that I was talking about was, and this is sad reality, Depot. When I was talking about the Bengals defense, I said, well, it can't get any worse. When you say that, that's not good. And I feel like that's kind of where I am now. Where are the strides that they were supposed to make early? Is it the distractions? Is it the Trey not being there? Now he is. They got lucky in week 1 off a kick, but Burrow was like, we needed this stuff. We need to start fast. And look, we won a close game. No, you got lucky. You shouldn't have won it. And maybe, like you said, they shouldn't have won the Jags game, but they did. So let's not take it away. That's the NFL. But to get cracked like this at Minnesota and now have to go to Denver.
Are we harder on the Browns than we are the Bengals?
In what way?
I just wonder because the Browns have had quarterback woes for a while. And somehow, just seemingly, Stefanski, you kind of got to give him his credit there. He pulled out a coach of the year after losing the starting quarterback. And then you think about, Joe Burrow's hurt again. We know where the Bengals are. We just put them here and say, hey, they won't do anything until that guy gets back. But for the Browns, we're not that friendly, right? Like, we still have expectations for them, and I just wonder if saying, Jake Browning, we know he does. We don't have high expectations for them. We didn't do that to Flacco, right? We didn't do that to Jameis. We didn't do that to these guys that came and filled in for the Browns. And he still has high expectations. And some of those games that we mentioned, he needs to win those football games, right?
We have high expectations because the quarterback for the Bengals, whomever that may be, has weapons for days and maybe the best weapon in the league. That's why I put more expectations on Cincinnati than I do this Cleveland. That's the big reason I do.
But I'm saying Cleveland always kind of comes out a little bit, shakes out better in these situations. It ends up a little like they snuck out. Not and it's not
lean on your defense early.
Yeah, this is this is the battle for the
Our defense is ahead of offenses early on. I mean, aren't they? I mean, if you have a defense, you have a chance.
Yep.
Like, I feel like that's how I look at Cleveland. I look at Cincinnati as their best defense is a great offense. Like, that's who they are. We'll just outscore you. And now that they lost Burrow, of course, everything goes down. Yeah. But I didn't think it would drop this much. Now, it is only one game. And I'll give you a great example of a defense, of a defensive thing. And I like Geno Stone. He met Jordan Mason in the hole unblocked and got trucked. Just trucked. Like, you're a defensive guy. You meet a running back in the hole. Show up. Like, and believe me, it's against my team. And I'm telling you that just illustrated to me, where's the toughness? And I just don't see it. And that's why the identity of the Browns I like better than Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. Because I don't know where this offense goes. But I was all ready to say out and sign up for a year of Jake Browning and say, just keep it afloat, dude. Go 8-7. Here comes Burrow. Put the cape on. Get him in the playoffs. Have a chance. The only thing that this is about is getting in the tournament. Bengals aren't winning. They aren't getting a number one seed. They're not getting home field advantage. This is about trying to make this season worth something. So it's one game. They lost it. They looked horrible. They got embarrassed. Turnovers were awful. Vikes did a good job defensively. It was on the road. Nobody likes to be embarrassed, but here we are. Get some damn discipline already. And I like Zach Taylor as a guy. I really do. He can't do it all. He's only the coach. TLC, what's the best thing he had to say after that loss?
They didn't quit.
I mean, our guys, I don't feel like it took the wind out of our sails. I mean, it's a blow, and it's hard to get yourself up, but our guys kept responding and trying to put ourselves in a position. I didn't see guys quit. It was just a tough all-around loss, and we're all going to have to own it.
It's demoralizing. He's right. I'm not putting it. I mean, 48-10, I guess it's easy to say, coach didn't have him prepared. What? Of course he had him prepared. What he didn't have him prepared for was the Vikings punching out footballs and taking them back and pick sixes. Like, you can't prepare your team for that. I think they got demoralized. I think it just became an avalanche. If you got Burrow and you're down 34-3 at half, I'm not saying you're winning the game.
Oh, come on. Where are we going with this?
I'm saying they don't lose 48-10. They don't. It doesn't matter, but I'm just saying that you would have at least said, you know what you would have done? I'll tell you what you would have done. You wouldn't have said they would win the game, but you know what you would have said? Wonder how many points the Bengals are getting right now.
Oh, yeah, on the spread?
You might have said that at 34-3 or whatever it was. You might have said, wait a minute. Bengals are getting 17.5 right now? I might take that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't take it with Jake.
I'll give you that one. It is kind of a thing in the NFL where if a team goes up a ton, you kind of just expect the winning team to lay an egg in the second half because, calling off the dogs. You got the game won, so you expect it to be closer. And Vegas probably knows that. So I would expect that. It is hard. It's really hard to just do 4 quarters of dominance. It's hard to do 1/2 of dominance in the NFL. It's almost impossible to do 4 quarters of dominance. And so when you see it like that with what the Vikings just did to the Bengals, that does kind of wake you up. It's like, whoa, like there are bad games. And then the Bengals just had the worst Sunday.
They really did.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's the team laying off, Cole. Like these guys are really good, and these defensive coordinators are really good, and players, they just play better in the second half, man. Like it's just like these NFL guys have another level, and that's why I enjoy pro football. I don't remember. I love college football, but some of the reasons why games are close annoy me, right? Like a penalty or stuff like that, or just like a bad throw. But some of the the pro stuff, obviously it's coaching, obviously it's strategy, and obviously you do have errors. But man, these games are so tight. I mean, like one play, like a guy jumping over a guy and blocking a field goal this weekend is just crazy, man. The margin of error is so small that you can say maybe the Bengals would have came back, but Joe Burrow does close that much of a gap in the mo. Like he just does. Like
They committed 5 turnovers. They weren't winning that game. It's not what this is about. This is about whether a team that just got embarrassed badly has enough to stay afloat. And it's the NFL. And I think they do. And I was the one that said even before this game that there was value on them making the playoffs. But this whole schedule game we play, win-loss, and all that, it's a week-to-week thing in the NFL. It is. You go into these games, yes, most of the time you can say that team is better than that team. But like you said, they are pros and professional coaching, professional adjustments, whatever it is. And because you go through some of this stuff, you really think that you were going to tell me that the Atlanta Falcons were going to be shut out at Carolina 30-0 this week?
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, you couldn't have paid me to watch that game, but no one could think that could happen.
Penix just looked like kind of like just gazed out there. The flat pick 6 was really bad. It was just like, man, where are you going? And sometimes quarterbacks have outings like that. And you're just like, all right, man, let's wipe it clean. Let's turn on the film. Let's figure this out. Like, yeah, your eyes were poor. Like, can't ever have this happen again. Definitely career low for him, man. It doesn't get much worse than that.
Some games certainly live up to the hype.
Yeah.
And some games go a direction you would never think. There's so much parity in this league, it's hard to believe. And we see it every week, and it's still hard to believe.
How about this parity? Mecca Ibuka seemingly just being a number 2 his whole career, and potentially the way it's shaken out has an opportunity to have a better pro career, better start to his pro career than Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, my gosh.
Mike Evans is out, right? Parity. He's
Marvin Harrison
1.
dropped a ball.
And Emeka became number 1 receiver in Tampa, like at the same time on the other side.
That
of
was
the
a
country.
catch, by the way.
That was
on
a
the
catch.
sideline.
The fact
that they did not review that was ridiculous.
The one was where he dragged his left foot.
Where like bounced off his helmet and he caught it.
That was a catch.
We talked before. I thought he was going to be rookie of the year. He's heading for it. I said before the year, that was the other bold prediction I had with him, that he was going to break a rookie record for yardage by Puka Nacua.
I
think that was one of my very bold ones.
Okay.
It could be.
Well, that's like 1,500 or
that's
something
right.
like that.
Yeah,
that would qualify as very bold.
Well, now that Evans has a hamstring, now that he's got a bad hamstring that's getting an MRI.
And they went to him, and he was number 1, and they won the game. And you're just saying, like, oh, here's the replacement for Mike Evans. The Mecca Ibuka era has started in Tampa.
The right system with the slinging quarterback.
I love Baker.
He is good.
Yeah.
Buckeye bolted up next. Ryan Day following a bye week. We'll give you those stats next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well loved. And well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus. It's fall or autumn, as the losers like to say. What does that mean in the car world? That means places like Jermaine Lexus want to clear out all of their 2025 inventory to make room for the 2026 models. And for you, the customer, that means big savings. Take advantage of their lack of space with aggressive pricing. They also have plenty of L-certified vehicles on the lot for the fall collection sales event. If you're in the market, please stop in and see my friends. Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Take action with Logan Services now and do not miss out on tax credits up to $3,200 ending soon. Receive additional savings up to $3,000 and get next day installation. Logan Services.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle. Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score.
Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up, you get early payout on parlays too. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. An app only.
Tailgate season is here, and if your grill makes you have to duck when you light it, it's time for an upgrade. Billiards Plus carries top-of-the-line grills that you can pass down to your kids and gifts the whole family will enjoy. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Fox Monday, Fox Monday. I think you mean Jane's Day. Yes, plural. She's hosting a show where you guess a tune that'll make you think. And she's hosting a show where a celebrity is the weakest link.
You suck at this game.
All new Celebrity Name That Tune with Jane Krakowski and all new Celebrity Weakest Link with Jane Lynch.
Tonight, starting at 8 on Fox 28.
Built by tradition, driven by Saturdays. Dave Holmes, Beanie Wells, and Cardale Jones host The Script, a new show covering the Ohio State story from the guys who wrote it.
You're going to call me a homer in this situation, I know. Here we go.
With big opinions.
Why in the world would you not want a primetime game of this magnitude?
And real talk from real Buckeyes.
Yes, they're ducking the smoke. Coming in hot. Oh, my God.
New episodes every week. The Script, wherever you get your podcasts.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks, and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Toyota West. And with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of 0 down and 0 payments until 2026. And every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. Offer expires 9/30. No payments for deferred payment. Interest accrues at time of inception with approved credit.
The Fan has a new tailgate destination. Join us before every home game at the O Patio and Pub on Lane.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers. Jameson Whiskey didn't go to college. And Coors Light.
See you Saturday, friends.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Accurate Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, Buckeye Bulletin time, and we told you earlier the spread on this game has come down from what the look-ahead line was before this weekend. I saw in a couple different places 11.5. I mean, I saw it as high as 13.5 about 10 days ago, if that meant anything, because it wasn't really a place where you could actually bet it, I don't believe, anywhere I saw. But, well, that may have been from the Postmaster. That may have been the old Postmaster.
The old
Postmaster General giving me that line. It's down to 8.5. Okay. Interesting number, especially in what they think is going to be a high-scoring game. That tells me they feel Washington can go toe-to-toe with Ohio State offensively. And maybe they feel like Ohio State's little red zone woes against the Bobcats might make this game a little closer. But if you believe there are going to be 52.5 points total in this game, and you're giving a team only 8.5 that's against the number one team in the nation, then obviously you think they can hang with them. And that's what Vegas is telling us right now. Ryan Day, I have this 48-0 against Big Ten teams not named Michigan or Oregon, and 6-0 following a bye week. So he's been pretty good coming off the old rest versus rust conversation.
That's inspiring.
That is.
Here he is going west.
Da-da-da.
Game's a game, just like in the NFL. To me, it's just kind of a mindset. The clock in Ohio is not changing. Buckeye time's not changing. So, if we're playing the game, 3:30 here, then that's just what we're doing. Just playing at a different place, and we'll talk a little bit about kind of how we're traveling and everything when we get there. But to me, it's just another game. It's a little bit further away, but we make trips to Nebraska, we make trips to Wisconsin. It's a few hours further than that, but that's about it. And so that's the way we're going to look at it.
Buckeye time.
Yeah, he didn't care about the actual I was talking body clock stuff. It was confusing myself earlier. He's just talking Buckeye time. He's always on Buckeye time. Whatever that is. I guess that means game time. You're ready to go.
We do our schedule.
Yeah.
We do our schedule.
But you do get out there early enough to get a little bit acclimated. But, that game is going to kick off at 12:30 Washington time.
Buckeye time.
Which is 3:30 body clock time, which is fine. It's an afternoon game. I don't know. He seems to have it under control. Washington quarterback Damon Williams is the guy that maybe he's most concerned about.
I mean, he's lightning in a bottle. I mean, he's like a Kyler Murray. And what's interesting is I remember my son actually reminded me of this when I went out to Arizona to watch Dylan Raiola play in a state semifinal game. He was the other quarterback. And I remembered him being like a baller. And now the fact that he's playing for Washington is I didn't really follow that path until I just was made aware of it. But he's a very good player. He's got a strong arm. He's quick. He's fast, and a really good football player. So we're going to have to have a really good plan for him.
He has shown so far that he can be a weapon. And he did it against Washington State. Not that that's the big measurement, but he has been pretty solid to this point. Sophomore, too.
What are your instincts with your journalism background and your career of covering college sports and listening to coaches and press conferences and media and stuff like that? There's been a lot of Kyler Murray talk. All right, Kyler Murray, and I know that they're just comparing the play style. They're not equating him to, Heisman Trophy, first overall pick, all that stuff. But when you hear all this Kyler Murray stuff, do you hear that as like respecting the opponent coach speak, or do you actually expect to turn on the TV on 3:30 on Saturday and be like, wow, this kid's legit?
No, yes. Yeah, I mean, they're scoring. They score 50 points. I mean, like, when you turn on a film and you're watching something and you're like, oh, wow, like, I'm not just reading it. I'm actually watching it. And I know Ryan Day probably watches it before he reads it. And I think he has a valid point. I mean, he doesn't hand out, quarterback compliments that easy. Like he's very careful with the way he compliments opposing quarterbacks. But when he does pro comps, I listen. Even this year, like the pro comp of the Joe Burrow versus Dwayne Haskins. Now I'm watching a guy go out there, go 15 for 18, right? He's not off in terms of quarterback comparison. This dude will be for real on Saturday. I mean, like, that line is going down for a reason. And it's not a negative. Like, Kyler Murray in college was by all means scary as hell. Scary. Yeah. Scary to prepare for sure. Not Kyler Murray with the Cardinals right now, but Kyler Murray Oklahoma was because you didn't understand it. He's like, well, you don't have the size, but you see the big arm strength like a big guy, and then you see, oh, wow, he's popping off 70-yarders like a running back with crazy angles and crazy cuts. So this guy can be, an issue, right? And he's a young player too.
I like where you're going with it on whether he just was building him up too much. I think what concerns him is real. That he's a special athlete that can ad-lib plays, and a play is never over. Maybe with this kid, and he's not a structured guy to defend, and so when he says lightning in a bottle, that he could break off something that we're not ready for, or that if we're not assignment sound. So I wouldn't take it any more than that. I think he just wants to alert his guys that this is a special athlete, and we don't know too much because he's young. And that you can like him and be ready to defend him at the same time. So I don't think he was building up too much with the Kyler Murray. I think it was more of a size comparison as well. They're just very similar athletes. But you're right. You lop on an NFL pro. You are giving it more credibility than maybe it deserves at this moment.
There we go.
Yeah. All right.
That's fair.
We'll come back with our friend Ian Fitz Simmons, and we'll get his opinion on the Buckeyes going west. And Dabo's speech certainly didn't work. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here at the Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Now at Great Lakes Hyundai, lease 2 Elantras for $222. That's right, lease 2 new 2025 Elantra SEs for just $222 a month for a 2-year lease. Both your new Elantras come with owner assurance and America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage in Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.99 down per unit plus taxes fees. First month payment, 10K miles per year, ends 9/30.
Scotty Vegas here. Smartest bet of the season? Bet on yourself. I needed a weight loss plan that fit into real life. Tailgates, road trips, kids' nights, and still lets you eat. Week 1 with Awaken 180, I was down 6. By the end, 45 pounds gone. That's with wings, chili, meatballs, sausages, all the good stuff. It's the tailgate transformation. Structure, coaching, and food that tastes like a win. Make the smart play. Start your tailgate transformation at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, it's Anthony. Tailgating, hiking stadium stairs, going out after the games. It's a great time of year. It's also the time of year I'm on my feet a lot. And there won't be a time when I don't have my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store in my shoes. They make all the difference for me. They help my feet, my hips, my back. They're not just like regular insoles. They're designed so I get firm yet flexible function. They actually correct poor foot biomechanics and give me even more comfort. The fitting process is simple. From the moment you walk in, the Good Feet store will personalize the process. From the pain that brought you to them in the first place to your lifestyle needs. They'll properly measure your feet and arch size. Then take the free test walk. If you love them, wear them home like I did. Your new arch supports will help you begin living the life you love without your feet getting in the way. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City and learn more at goodfeet.com.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
Matty Ice here from McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. I recently bought a brand new Chevy Trax from McDaniel GM Superstore. It was by far the best car purchase I have ever made. And right now, you can get a 2025 Trax at McDaniel GM Superstore for as low as $21,995. And with over 40 in stock, you know you'll find the perfect one for you. They're just a short drive north off Route 23 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. McDaniel GM Superstore, where great deals meet a century of trust. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
For years, you've been hearing us talk about the Newman Roofing difference, delivering nothing short of an excellent customer experience each and every single time, from the first phone call to the end of your project. But don't take our word for it. Take a listen to our friend John and his Newman Roofing experience.
Well, the first thing that drew me to Newman Roofing is the extraordinary Google score of 5.0. That was the first indication to me that this was going to be a good experience. Overall, the experience with Newman Roofing was wonderful. When I came home, the job was completely finished. The crew had cleaned up and left. I wouldn't have known that they were there.
What star rating would you give Newman Roofing on Google?
I would, without hesitation, award Newman Roofing a 5-star rating on Google.
Any advice for those looking for a new roof, John?
Once you have contact with Newman Roofing, you'll understand why everybody's giving them a 5-point rating.
Do what John did and schedule your free roof or siding consultation with Newman Roofing. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online today at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better. You've earned it.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. In college hoops, ESPN's Jeff Borzilla reporting Auburn head coach Bruce Pearl is expected to retire. His son Steven will take over as head coach. Pearl has won over 700 games at Southern Indiana, Milwaukee, Tennessee, and Auburn, where he helped the Tigers to 2 Final Fours. College football, Ohio State's next home game will be at night as the Buckeyes host Minnesota at 7:30 on October 4th. NFL, Browns left tackle and former Buckeye DeJuan Jones is out for the year after suffering a knee injury in Sunday's win over Green Bay. Cardinals running back James Conner also out for the year with an ankle injury. Monday Night Football, Lions and Ravens battle for Baltimore at 8:15. NHL preseason, Blue Jackets welcome the Sabres at 7. Baseball, both Guardians and Reds are off. This update sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local, drink High Bank. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
Hour number 3, Rothman and Ice. Devere Posey in for the Iceman today. And here's the best in the biz. My man Ian Fitz Simmons, ESPN Radio, always in the center of it. And you are going to Happy Valley. I will tell you this, my friend. When I saw this line, I think Penn State's by 3.5 or something. I thought, wow, I think this game is more like a pick'em in my mind. Penn State hasn't been tested yet and all that. And then I had to remind myself, you know what? Happy Valley whiteout is probably worth 3.5 points. Well, where are you on this game?
First, AR, good to be with you. And as always, every Monday, man. As you know, I was an old bookie in college, right? And I am a wagerer. So I'm a full disclaimer. Yes, folks. Yes. I took your kid's money, and I did it with a smile on my face. Because guess what? If he didn't want to lose it, then he shouldn't have bet it. So sorry to hear about it. So that was number one. Number two, because I used to be that kid. But when every game in college and the pros, it's basically Vegas gives, depending on the venue, but most of them on average, 3 points. So basically, Vegas is saying for Happy Valley, Oregon, Penn State, it's a picket. They basically given Penn State, even at night, a field goal, and that's it. So I'm calling that game. I can't wait to go. I've never done a whiteout game at Penn State. I've done a game there. It ain't easy to get to, but, man, once you're there, it is amazing. My mom went to Penn State. My daughter goes to Oregon. It's cannibalism around here right now. They're wagering this and that and the other between each other, but I can't wait. It doesn't get much better than going to, give me top 5 every time. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
All right, so obviously it depends on the teams that are playing. Like when I'm going to ask you maybe a stupid question, which is of the all the stadiums you've been to, and you've
Has
been
my
to.
mom ever rooted against a family member? Yeah. As a matter of fact, it happened yesterday, AR.
That's what
she's a diehard Saints fan, and my brother coaches special teams for the Seahawks. And you know what she said before the game?
What?
I'm pulling for Seahawks special teams. I hope they lose. Well, guess what? Seahawks special teams housed the punt, blocked the kick. Sorry to hear it about it, Mama Fitz. Your son just whipped your ass. There you go. Bam. There it
I
is.
love it. All right. Best home field advantage in college football in your mind?
LSU at night. Done.
Okay.
Next question.
All right. I was gonna see where the beef was for but maybe you'll find out this weekend if it's worth what they say it's worth. Because Ohio State's played some just amazing games there before, and like you said, it's impossible to get to, but it does rock. So, all right, LSU at night. When Bama was at its height, Brian Denny was equal to that or no?
All right. Ohio State fans are not going to like to hear this, but you guys know I'm correct. And having been there, and I love my time in Columbus. Such special friends. That is a reactive crowd in Columbus, Ohio. Bama is a reactive crowd in Tuscaloosa. There are certain fan bases that don't give a damn what's happening before kick. They're going to show up and get medieval. That's LSU at night. That's South Carolina, may be the most underrated. They were 0-10 at one point and selling out and going nuts, right?
Yeah.
That's a proactive fan base. So when I say reactive, it's the team has to show them something, and then they get going, right? Until then, they're knitting sweaters in the front row. That's Bama. That's Ohio State. Sorry, but it's a fact. I've done games all over the country, and those are the two most. And I went to Alabama. And I'm calling out my alma mater. So Ohio State fans, you can't get mad at me, right? You can't do it. But that is a reactive fan base. Sorry.
I was there. I'll give you the perfect example. I thought 4 years ago when Oregon was here, the crowd got into it when they realized they needed to get into it. They wound up losing that game to Oregon here at the Shoe. It was a close one, but that was Stroud. That was JSN.
Yep.
And
Austin. Yeah, that you're going that now. That's another one. That's a proactive fan base out there. Sometimes they have early kicks and they don't give a damn. They're still going from the night before.
Well, here's what I'll tell you though.
That's impressive.
Ohio State, they've Ross Bjork. They've made it a point, whether it's going to work or not. They've made it a point to get these fans frothy before the games. Like they have. They've done a lot to kind of amp up the attitude.
AR. It's been all the big noon kicks, right?
I know.
It's
That's right.
so early, and I get it, and we're all passionate, and Ohio State fans are like, Bama fans, Texas fans, any logo fan base, that they are not passionate about their team. They're obsessed about their team. But that noon kick will wear on you. After so many, I'm like, really? We have to wake up at what time again? And, son of a, wait, what? How, when, how we get the kids there? Do we have babysitters? That wears on you. It does. And every athletic director, like Ross Bjork, he knows. I'll never forget 3 years ago, I'm doing Texas Tech at Texas, and Chris Del Conte, athletic director at Texas, it's a noon or 11 a.m. Central noon kick, right? And CDC looks at me and says, I hate these damn early games. I said, why? What's the biggest problem? He goes, beer sales. the ADs, the presidents, right? They want those concessions. They want you to be there 2 hours before and in the stadium and consuming, everything they have to give you now. And it's hard. The noon kick is hard, which is, by the way, a great thing for Ohio State because your next home game, I think I just saw, is a night game. So there you go. Yep. There we have it.
Yeah, absolutely. Ian, I wanted to go to another area of the country, just the ACC, right? You have Fran Brown going down there. You get a big sudden change, and you throw a head topper. You have a amazing catch. Then you come back with it just seemed like that onside, just the surprise onside was, for me, like the dagger in Clemson season. And I don't know why it felt like it was that big. But like a program like Syracuse coming into your place and just being aggressive and just ultimately just bullying you. What do you think about this Clemson program and Dabo and where they're heading, and then also, just how this ACC is shaping up this season?
Yeah, I'm stunned by Clemson. And I'll full disclaimer. I had Clemson minus 17 as my favorite play of the weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, Dabo had us fired up, man.
I mean, and normally when he gets like that, what happens? His team rallies and they just beat the ever-loving snot out of whoever is in front of them. That's a nameless, faceless, just bludgeoning that happens to whomever their opponent is. Well, Fran Brown's boys, and I had them week 1 against Tennessee. That was a different-looking team. I mean, they looked absolutely amazing, especially when you started quarterback goes down. Yeah, you don't. And you don't miss a beat. You're able to run the football on that front against Clemson. I mean, they got Parker Woods and the boys. I mean, there's like four potential first-round picks on that defensive front alone.
Shocking.
And they got embarrassed. So you played. Yeah. How the hell do you answer that question? Because I know what I would have done if my head coach shows up at a press conference going, hey, if you want me gone, I'm gone. I ain't going to the beach, right? I'm 55. I'm going to coach somewhere else. I'm showing up to play for that man, and they love Dabo. I am shocked as to what has happened there. But here's the thing about they have so much talent at Clemson. Don't cast them off yet, because all they have to do with that 12-team playoff is go do what they did last year, and that is win the ACC, and that's an automatic bid.
Yes, I guess that is all they have to do, but it just feels like, will they?
Hey, when I say all they have to do, look at the ACC, guys. You got Florida State, you got Miami, and then who else?
I thought they'd show up and win this weekend.
Syracuse. It looks like.
Well, now, Syracuse, that's good. I'm going to shut up and listen. Right, there we go.
I mean, you're talking about just rolling out the helmets. Yeah.
Man.
All right, give me a quick minute. Was Indiana underhyped or Illinois overhyped? Which one?
I'm going to go Indiana underhyped, and I can't explain the 63 burger at all. I really can't. But I will, since we're up against it, I will say this. I have done 1 million games at Washington. Sailgating is real. That stadium is loud as hell, and Jed Fish has got his boys playing pretty damn good football. For any Ohio State fan who doesn't know who Jed Fish is, he was one of Bill Belichick's most trusted guys when they were in their heyday with the New England Patriots.
Well, that doesn't scare me, because his disciples, the highest grossing disciple probably is Romeo Crennel. Outside of his players.
Jed decided I ain't going to the NFL. I'm going to college, right? He was successful as hell at Arizona.
Yes.
I mean, look what he did with an Oompa Loompa at quarterback. I'm telling you. He's got Williams and company now. They're 3-0. It is loud. That stadium, the overhangs, reverb. Not kidding, folks. When the crowd gets going, and they are going, it reverbs onto the opposing side's bench. So if I'm walking behind Washington's bench, I can hear a pin drop. When I'm behind the opposing team, like Ohio State this weekend, guess what? You can't hear yourself think.
Wow.
So It is awesome. It's an amazing atmosphere. Get ready. Buckle your chin strap. The Huskies can play some football.
Okay. Well, they have won 21 straight there, so they got something brewing, that's for sure. What, about 70,000? Is that right? Somewhere around there?
Man, I want to know, AR, if you're traveling, just go out of the tailgating. It's unique.
It's awesome, huh?
It is the most amazing thing. Tennessee does it. Washington does it. That's your list. It is awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Real quick, is there a chance that Arkansas edges Notre Dame at home this weekend? Just in the state of where this program is?
Did you watch Arkansas on Saturday?
I'm just saying, how do you feel?
Notre Dame's lost by 5 points to 2 ranked teams, right?
Yep, here we go.
Notre Dame still has a chance to make the college football playoff.
There we go. We get back on track this week. Absolutely.
All right, man. Hey, keep your family, one corner.
Dude, Mama, let me tell you, she's already said it. I mean, it's amazing. She's pulling for her granddaughter, but was rooting against her own son yesterday. Can't make it up.
All
True
right.
story.
Good stuff. All right, brother. Safe travel, man. That's our guy, Ian Fitz Simmons, on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. All right, we'll come back. We got a Bet365 on the way and a beauty tonight. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
What's the point of watching football all weekend if you can't overanalyze it?
Reaction Monday is sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan.
Don't miss the Right Rug Flooring Outlet Super Sale. Save up to 80% on truckloads of floors and more, including tiles starting at 19 cents a square foot and a massive selection of laminate, luxury vinyl, and carpet, all drastically reduced. Cabinets and lighting fixtures, too. Save up to 80% during the Right Rug Flooring Outlet Super Sale on Pop Road in Whitehall. 24-month financing is available with approved credit. Hurry, the Outlet Super Sale ends June 22nd. Dealers welcome.
I have a buddy who's going to be popping the question soon. He's planning everything out. He asked me, can you help me out with the ring? I said, of course I can. I've got a guy, Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Now you talk, Bob.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace. I'm your guy.
Go in, see my friends at Worthington Jewelers, tell them I sent you, and you'll get the true VIP experience.
I'll treat them better than I treat you.
That's not hard. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged. And tell them Common Man sent you.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company for your next vehicle. This is Justin Hinderer. Every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty, award-winning service, and our exclusive Carvenience. We pick up your vehicle, service it, and return it so you save time and enjoy peace of mind. That's Carvenience. At Hinderer Motor Company, we take care of everything so you can drive worry-free. See why we're the best choice for your next new or used car by visiting HindererMotorCompany.com.
James Laurinaitis here from my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Common Man here for Hollywood Casino and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Timmy, it's football season. That means winning and fun. Oh, yeah. We have tailgate buffets for all of our watch parties. The 3 apps for $12 special. $25 Miller Lite buckets. And don't forget the crab legs. That's extended through September. So reserve a table at HollywoodColumbus.com. And how about this for new members? Sign up for the rewards program on the Penn Play app. Get a $20 dining credit. Then you get more crab legs. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hey, crab legs. Crab leg problem? Call 1-800-CRAB-LEGS.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, you might not be big on technology, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Maybe you've gone through a divorce or a bad breakup or a relative moved out. It's been hard, and you just want to take what you want and leave the rest behind. I will help you. Retiring and want to sell your commercial properties or land. I will help you. Sellers, whether you're selling as is or selling for top dollar, you're no longer alone. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
When you're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis, all the F words apply. Football, food, and fun, and fat, and furry. They both have beards. And they dress up like animals and hump things. T-Bone and Tyvis.
Weekday mornings at 6.
The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Some scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and early evening, some which could have heavy downpours and gusty winds, but it'll be a muggy and mild day with highs only getting into the upper 70s. For tonight, we'll see some rain early with lows in the mid-60s. And then for Tuesday, more of an isolated risk of showers and storms throughout the day with our temperatures getting into the upper 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, Bet365 time. Beautiful deal. $200 in bonus bets when new customers bet just $5. Win or lose. Just bet 5, get 200 in bonus bets. Win or lose. Turn into something big. Big one tonight to get involved in. All right, I got a couple for you. I'm not going to win fantasy. I need like Jahmyr Gibbs to score like 3 times. That's not happening. I may just... And it's weird because you can't bet guys to not score touchdowns. So there's no hedging possibility for me. Because even if I took the under on receiving and rushing yards for him combined, even if he goes over, I'll still lose in fantasy, and then I could lose both bets or both fantasy and the bet. So I don't need to do that. But I do like, I like DeAndre Hopkins over 20.5 receiving yards. Just feel like there's something in there. You may get that on one catch. Mark Andrews under 35.5. He's a shadow of himself. And I like David Montgomery under 37.5 against them. Maybe this will be a Gibbs game. So, and just for your interest, you give me one. You like one tonight?
Yeah, I do. I just think the Ravens secondary struggles with vertical passing have been. I think Jamison Williams he goes over 50 tonight. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like him.
What we can get on that? Just 50 or over on JMO?
Yeah, I think he's at 49.5. I just think Nate Wiggins, Marlon Humphrey, those guys have. I mean, and then obviously you have the new 2 safeties, Malachi and Kyle, and they'll be all in the run action. So I'm taking a play action pass, JMO over top. Probably get it done in less than 3 catches.
48.5 is his over-under. So you take the over on JMO? Okay.
Yeah, on Monday Night Football, he gonna want to dance tonight.
Might ride that with you. Remember on Monday Night Football on Bet365, 50% super profit boost token on single game parlays. Get in on that. Download the app. See why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 21 or older. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
The big stat that I dropped earlier was that the Ravens are trying to become the first team in history to score 40 or more in 3 straight games.
And still won't be undefeated.
Yeah, that's the wild part.
Is Matty Ice? Is he out there? Is that why he's not working today? Did he go to the game? Is he there?
I don't think he's in B-more right now. I don't.
Okay.
But
he missed out.
I like his team. I like him this year.
Yep.
My heart is pulling for Buffalo to finally get it done this year, but I went with my head when we made our picks, and I took his Ravens.
Let me ask you.
Probably gave him the kiss of death. But
do you feel like you got Jabril Peppers, you got Ramsey, you got Slay, you got Rodgers over there? Does Pittsburgh team have any magic? Are you feeling any magic over there? Like the boys are back together for one last run. A lot of these guys, this probably is their last look at it. Cam had the contract situation. I don't know why, but the Chiefs are giving up the AFC to somebody this year.
They are.
And it's just how you think back during those Brady times, right? It was Brady, Ben, and Peyton. Only guys on the AFC to win one. And when you think about when Peyton got his 2 and Ben got his 1, something happened in New England that year. And you feel like that's what's going on with the Chiefs. Could it be a miracle Super Bowl? Could it be a different AFC person showing up? It's not going to be Joe. Right? It's not going to be Joe. So
I just don't know. I'm starting to worry now. Yeah, I'm starting to worry, will there be anything left for Joe to save?
No, there won't.
And that's what this Cincinnati season is about. All I want for the Bengals is for us to get to a point where when Joe gets healthy, that he will have a decision to make. Not the decision will be made for him, which is it's not worth it. Like, I want there to be a decision. And all I needed them to do after they started 2-0 was to be right around 500. Be a 500 football team, and then there'll be something worth saving. As far as your Pittsburgh, I'm never going to doubt that Tomlin somehow finds a way to have a winning season, but there's no ceiling for them that I don't. They're not. If
there's a ceiling.
No, I guess what I meant was that it's not one of those where I would include them in your somebody's got to win the AFC conversation.
When you don't get that Brett Favre made it to the AFC finals game, or was that NFC? No, that was NFC.
We did make it to the NFC Championship.
You're lucky I don't have it pulled up.
I'm so glad you didn't.
Yeah. You're not getting those kind of vibes from Aaron and Brett. That.
There's some magic with the Steelers.
There's some magic going on,
It might be
man.
a playoff magic. It's not a Super Bowl magic.
Okay. That's right. That's it. No one would be that shocked if he got him in the tournament somehow.
I feel
ayahuasca is powerful. Ayahuasca is powerful. It's powerful. You can win Super Bowls on it. Yeah, that's why he does it.
I feel, and I mean, this is not a hot take by any stretch because everybody feels this way. I feel very strongly about Buffalo and Baltimore. Okay. And so,
of course you do. You should.
You know my thing.
I don't
with
like
Baltimore,
Buffalo's
though.
defense.
But you know my thing with Baltimore, and Matty Ice knows this, and I don't know if I ever talked to you about this. Me and him talk, and I look him in the face, and you know how much I love Lamar. I love him, but I get this overwhelming sense, and I've been right. He can't win in the cold. You can't win in the cold, and that is saying a lot for a guy that's from Pompano Beach, Florida. You know, like I know, we all have Florida friends. They're SBCs when it comes to the cold. That's soft batch cookie, if you didn't know. I just have this theory, Lamar can't win in the cold. And I love Lamar. And until I see him take the jacket off all game, don't put the park on. Because he's putting the park on at 50.
Got to keep that
he's not running
that arm loose.
Well, no, he's not running as hard when it's cold is my point. And I just worry about that about L-Jack. So I would go towards that northern region of New York.
If I gave you Buffalo and Baltimore versus the field.
Yep.
The field includes KC.
You're talking about just the AFC?
This is the AFC.
The Super Bowl appearance. Are you kidding me? I would. Please give it to me.
No, I agree with you. I'm just.
Who else would we include? The Chiefs and the Chargers?
Justin Herbert looks pretty good this year. Yeah.
I would think about taking Buffalo and Baltimore for the league. Just to have the two bullets to play for the AFC.
I'd probably do the same thing. All right, let's do that.
Versus the field.
That's obviously a lot tougher.
That's tough.
But I'd be
Philly.
That's tough.
Well, that's my Super Bowl was Baltimore Philly, but I would love it to be Buffalo and somebody else.
I mean, look, as exciting as that Bills-Ravens game was, and it was wildly exciting.
Yeah.
Ravens should have won, gave it up at the end. As much as we can say, hey, both offenses scored 40, both defenses gave up 40. So they're not fully bulletproof.
We're going to find out a lot about the Lions. Their bounce back was huge. It was against the Bears.
I mean, the Ravens tonight.
Mm-hmm. We're going to find out a lot. Well, I just feel like here we are with the Lions having suddenly found themselves again, and now they have to go and play Baltimore. So I want to find out how real they are. But I'm with you on Buffalo and Baltimore, and now the Burrow's out. That just changes everything for me. Not that I thought Cincinnati was... Not that they were in their class, but they always had a puncher's chance with Burrow and those weapons. We've seen what the NFL is. You get some turnovers, and you have an offense, and you score enough. What did your guy? How many takeaways did you guys have this week?
5?
Yeah, 5, and you barely won.
I know,
So
which is why I'm not that inspired by it.
That's right. The Steelers should have won that thing by a lot more points than they did, and so I do worry that they're going to need those types of games.
No, we should have lost.
Well, which says even worse.
Those turnovers were deep in Steelers territory.
Yeah.
One of them was on the goal line.
All right. Maybe the biggest stuff from the weekend outside maybe even including the NFL, are the Reds and the Guardians and the fact that they will not go away. In fact, they are right there, and it's there for the taking. Jensen Lewis in 2 minutes, Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could dump all your problems on someone else's back? Well, when you wake up to a clogged drain or a plumbing issue, make that Mr. Rooter's problem.
Call 855-MISTERS today or MrRooter.com.
Call Mr. Rooter, he'll be there quick.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Toyota West. And with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of 0 down and 0 payments until 2026. And every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. Offer expires 9/30. No payments for deferred payment. Interest accrues at time of inception with approved credit.
Realtors usually charge you 6% to sell your house, but not my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They take 1%. It's in the name. And this is full service. No shortcuts. No for sale by owner crapola. They do it all. Call 614-451-6616.
Is your business craving efficiency? Is it hungry for productivity? Then there's a tech solution you should implement now if you want to crush your KPIs and you also want BLTs or burrito bowls or like bagels. It's called EasyCater, one platform for ordering food from a huge variety of restaurants for all your workplace needs. From falafel for the finance team to lasagna for the lunch and learn. Plus tools to help you save time and stay on budget. Ready to nail your deliverables? Order now at EasyCater.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Crowd the plate at your own risk. It's time for some chin music with former big leaguer and president of the Bald is Beautiful fan club, Jensen Lewis.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, welcome back into Rothman and Ice. Sometimes you just have to pick up the bat phone when the bat signal is flying. And we have one now with the Guardians and the Reds. And my boy, Jensen Lewis, who does it all for me, is with us now on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. J-Lou, I had to make the call, and you were there. Thank you.
You bet, buddy. What a time to be alive, right? Final sprint to the finish. And the I-71 World Series still with a heartbeat, even with just a week in the season to go.
All right. They're both amazing stories. But just for the sake of doing a little radio here, what's more unlikely? I'm leaning guards. Are you leaning guards? I know you and I both talked. I say it, and you know I don't like to call out a buddy, but I think you did call them frauds at some point this year. What do you attribute this 15 of 17? The Tigers tumbling. Now you have 6 left. They're all at home. This pitching staff has looked like an all-star staff. Are they feasting on bad teams? Did they get hot at the right time? What is it?
Yeah, probably a healthy mix of everything you kind of talked about. So if we just go, and it's ironic that they're playing Detroit here because we're just a year removed. They are from the Detroit Tigers waving the proverbial white flag, trading Jack Flaherty at the trade deadline last year. And then what do? They go on a surreal 2-month run to get into the postseason. And then basically our Lane Thomas grand slam against Tarek Skubal from potentially eliminating the Guardians en route to the league championship series. So in a similar twist of fate here, the Guardians, have found a way through their bread and butter over the last decade. It's been pitching, it's been defense. And if you were to put the numbers up since the trade deadline, the Guardians have the 3rd worst batting average in all of big league baseball. Yet here we are. And as you said, it's kind of that mind-numbing thing of how in the heck is this possible? Well, the reason is because they have the best ERA as a team since the trade deadline. And so what comes home is what their bedrock has been. What got them into the position last year was a dominant and historically dominant bullpen. They have no Emmanuel Clase up to this point. It's been Cade Smith, Hunter Gaddis, Eric Sabrowski, a host of others. But I go back to the rotation. This has been as good top to bottom that the rotation has been all season long.
All right, so not only are they wild card bound, but division potential champs. That's the just incredible thing that we're talking about here because they go into a 3-game set with a 1-game deficit in the division. Now, this is history here because the largest deficit ever erased to make a playoffs in any capacity for them or for anybody is 15 games. The Guardians trailed the Tigers by 15.5 games on July 8th. They trailed them by 12.5 on August 25th. And here they are now with, set it up for me, Gavin Williams against Skubal, Bybee against Flaherty, Messick, who I love, who's been slinging it. And I do think that they strategically played this correctly, right? Because they kind of pushed dudes, they bumped Williams and Bybee a day last week.
Yes.
Because I believe, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that allows these guys to face the Tigers instead of throwing them out there against the Twinkies.
Also that, and it allows, if it comes down to a win and in, or you need to win and get help scenario on the final day of the regular season, that would line up Gavin Williams to be able to pitch the regular season finale. And you can kind of go back and forth, AR, of just statistically the last 2 weeks, who's been a better starter. Statistically, it's probably been Tanner Bybee, but you're kind of, picking at hairs here between Gavin and Tanner. And let's throw Slade Ciccone in there as well. At one point, you were looking at Slade Ciccone as a guy who may start a game one the way that he had gone for about a month or so. And, outside of Parker Messick, and I won't even downplay him whatsoever because every single guy, and they went to a 6-man rotation for a reason, knowing the doubleheader was coming up this past weekend. Parker Messick has been a revelation. Every one of these starters has been absolutely lights out. And even with the loss on Sunday in the series finale against Minnesota, you can go back a solid 3 to 4 weeks, and this rotation has limited damage no matter who they fixed.
He is my boy, Jensen Lewis, former Tribe hurler, multi-Emmy award-winning sports host, analyst, VSiN Live, MLB Network Radio, ESPN College Baseball. He does it all, and he does it for us today. All right, let me ask you this about the Reds. It feels like, and by the way, I think they control their own destiny now.
Yes.
Like, that's the more amazing part is now they don't need any help. And they have a tiebreaker advantage over New York, and they have it over the next team in the wild card hunt, which is Arizona. So give it to me here. You just can't kill off the Reds. Why?
Well, they've done a really great job of getting the back end of that bullpen really lined up and in a dominant set or a dominant form at this point. So it goes without saying that Emilio Pagan and Tony Santillan are 2 of the big reasons why they've been able to hold the line and be able to get these series wins across the line. Connor Phillips has been phenomenal. the last couple of weeks, too, deserves as much credit as a Graham Ashcraft, a Chase Burns, who transitioned into the bullpen. Well, let's face it, it's about this rotation. And Hunter Green, the way he's gone now with Nick Lodolo, with Andrew Abbott, Brady Singer, it very much mirrors kind of where the Guardians were, right? You got consistent starting pitching up and down. You had a back end of the bullpen that was closing games out and some timely hitting. Spencer Steer has been unbelievable this last week, and you just don't sweep the Cubs lightly. I mean, that is an achievement in and of itself, considering where that season series was up until they began it this past weekend. So off day today, Pittsburgh for 3 at home, and then it may shape up, AR, where you go into Milwaukee, where Milwaukee has already locked up the number 1 seed and will not have anything to play for those 3 days. So if it's breaking right, if it's a horse race, it's breaking exactly as the Reds could hope. They've got nothing but daylight in front of them. They're running neck and neck here with the Mets, but with a nose out in front because of the tiebreaker. And as you said, full steam ahead for this group because they've got their horses lined up with Hunter Green going on Wednesday. Brady Singer will get the ball tomorrow, Nick Lodolo on Thursday. And then you kind of see where the cards fall and what the standings look like headed into Friday afternoon.
You know, I don't think they've beaten the Brewers in a series in 3 years. And now it's set up for them to do that. But I'll take you back to the Pirates. Hunter Green, potentially, I haven't checked, but I assume he's going up against Paul Skeens.
You have that one correct, my friend. If you want some Showdown Central, Wednesday at PNC Park Wednesday at Great American Ballpark is going to be a sight to behold.
All right, so do you have any odds, by the way? I know you were tongue-in-cheek on this I-71 World Series, but is there any bet you would make right now? Could you parlay both of them just to make the playoffs? Would that be a fun little bet to make?
Certainly. And if you look at where the Reds are right now, I think they're minus $1.35 favorite to get in. Guardians are minus 210. So you put those together, you get a nice little plus money price there. Mm-hmm. And I'd said it tongue in cheek, but I just had to do it and build it out the other day. If you do believe that the I-71 World Series is a possibility, a few days ago it was about 2,000 to 1. It's down to 526 to 1. So you get some pizza money or some coffee money in on it now, considering where they might be. And listen, AR, you and I have watched enough of this best of 3 wild card iteration of the postseason. Anything can happen. If the playoffs were to start today, it is crazy to say the Cincinnati Reds would be headed to Chavez Ravine to take on the defending champion LA Dodgers, and the Cleveland Guardians would ironically be headed up to Motown, back to Comerica Park, to take on the Detroit Tigers. So it is so crazy how series in April. I mean, look back where the Reds were. They gave away some series on the West Coast in March and April, and now you're looking at it like, man, we could have had this locked up already and not have had the stress. But this is what you live for as a player, man. Meaningful games, come to the ballpark. It's got an October feel for both Cleveland and Cincinnati in this final stretch.
And about the Dodgers, and to quote Zach Galifianakis in the campaign, that bullpen, it's a mess. That thing is it's an explosion. I don't know what they're doing in that bullpen. Tanner Scott, gasoline on the fire. Yates, gasoline on a fire. Like, they don't know what they're doing. All right, I just built out quickly on Bet365 the Guards Reds just make the playoffs 2-leg parlay, and I'm getting plus 170.
Love it.
If they can both make it. I got the Guards at minus 190 here, and I have the Reds at minus 130. Pair them together, you get the plus 170.
And keep in mind, too, and this is why season series matter so much. First and foremost, as of today, you have the Guardians in over the Astros because the Guardians hold the season series tiebreaker against Houston. The Guardians do lead the Tigers 6-4 in their head-to-head series. So one win for Cleveland ends up giving them a massive advantage headed into the rest of this week. Also remember, too, Detroit's finishing stanza, 3 in Cleveland, and then they've got to go to Boston, and Boston may have still things to play for. What a finish, and what a ridiculous scoreboard watching night in and night out we have in front of us.
The only bad thing is they both have the same time as first pitch on Tuesday. That's the only bad thing.
You better have multiple monitors going, man. That's all I can say.
You have the multi-screen going. My man, this was great. You and I love this. We love September baseball, October baseball, and I'm glad we could do this and knock it out. Let's get them both in the postseason.
You got it. Team USA, end of the week. Let's go Ryder Cup, baby. Come on.
Baby. We'll talk again soon. Thanks, man.
You bet.
Jensen Lewis, the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We come back with Tell the Truth, Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan. Get Eco.
ECO. We come through for you when you need us to.
Our scuba diving plumbers can do anything.
Increase your water pressure.
Give you unlimited hot water.
Fix your drips and leaks.
Soften your water so it doesn't leave spots.
Install a whole house filter.
Replace your shower heads and faucets so your house looks brand new.
And provide you with winning lottery numbers.
Get Eco.
ECO.
They cannot provide you with winning lottery numbers.
I can.
Tell us.
3, 21, 24, 34, 46. That's $103 million.
Those numbers will be this week's winners?
No, those were the winning numbers a month ago.
Get Eco.
ECO. But EcoFi Advantage is a guaranteed winner.
For just $28 a month, EcoFi Advantage covers all 3 systems.
Plumbing, electrical, and HVAC.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Scuba diving plumbers, genius electricians, and incredibly handsome HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
Hey, it's Anthony. Tailgating, hiking stadium stairs, going out after the games. It's a great time of year. It's also the time of year I'm on my feet a lot. And there won't be a time when I don't have my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store in my shoes. They make all the difference for me. They help my feet, my hips, my back. They're not just like regular insoles. They're designed so I get firm yet flexible function. They actually correct poor foot biomechanics and give me even more comfort. The fitting process is simple. From the moment you walk in, the Good Feet store will personalize the process, from the pain that brought you to them in the first place to your lifestyle needs. They'll properly measure your feet and arch size. Then take the free test walk. If you love them, wear them home like I did. Your new arch supports will help you begin living the life you love without your feet getting in the way. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City and learn more at goodfeet.com.
Matty Ice here. Football is back, and it also marks the kickoff to huge savings at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Right now, you can get a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 with up to $12,000 off MSRP for qualified buyers. Just imagine riding up to your tailgate party in a brand new Silverado from McDaniel. And McDaniel GM Superstore has been family owned and operated for over 100 years. They're just a short drive north off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Retirement Group. Reliable streams of income are crucial for retirees, and Social Security and pensions aren't enough. We can help. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right. Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com to get started. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
If you're itching for a new vehicle this fall, you have to go see my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Hey, it's Anthony. I drive an awesome Ridgeline, and you can drive home the rugged 25 Ridgeline Sport with 0% APR or lease for as low as $299 a month. Or go for the looks and reliability of a 2025 Honda Accord LX, just 3.99% APR or lease it from only $199 a month. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, and GermainHondaofDublin.com.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's Gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination. Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com now.
All right, big guy, take us home.
All right, my TV's back here starting to flicker in and out.
Yeah.
So that means that it's raining outside.
We better hurry if we want to stay ahead of the weather.
Uh-huh.
Phil Connors.
Let's get this show on the road. Do you enjoy a rainy day? Or when do you enjoy a rainy day?
I really don't.
Really?
I think I only like rain when I'm going to sleep.
I've been so excited for it to rain. I'm the exact opposite. Like I actually yesterday, like if you look at my Twitter, it's in my bio. It's like I wear white shoes on rainy days. Like I really do. Like I it's a mentality thing, right? Like I love the rain. I'm gonna dance in the rain and be the best dressed in the rain. You know why? Because when it's sunny, you expect it. Because I've done it in the rain. And so like yesterday we were hanging out and I made all of my sons come in the garage and we watched the storm. Like we watched the storm. We storm watched. My grandma used to do that.
Well, watching the storm from the inside's okay, but you're talking about going out there and sloshing around and singing in the rain.
No, you don't have to be in the rain.
No, I was talking about DeVere.
Oh.
He said he likes to put on his best white shoes and go out and play in the rain.
Well, it's a figurative. It's like, it's figurative, but it's like on days that are rainy, I don't mind wearing white shoes. Okay. Yeah, I like a good rainy day.
Yeah, listen, I got nothing really truly against the rain. You asked if I liked it, and I don't like driving in the rain. You can't play golf in the rain. You get soaked. I know it's vital. I get that, but if I could choose between, if you ask, tell the truth, do you like a nice sunny low humidity day or a rainy day? What's better? But I do like, there's something about when you have nowhere to go, good movie, inside.
Something about a rainy day nap?
Good.
What about a rainy day nap?
It's always good for the sleep. I agree. They're making millions on those machines. Make it sound like it's raining while you're sleeping.
The unmitigated ground.
Oh, hey, we got to crank that one up a little bit more. Hold on.
The unmitigated ground.
So the unmitigated gall, I sent that to you, did I not?
73?
I sent that to you.
Yeah. Tearing down the banner.
That was the Michigan play-by-play guy.
Bob Ufer.
Yeah. When Ohio State took the M banner down, and I do feel, and I can't prove this, that that's where Stephen A. gets the line from. When Stephen A. goes, he had the unmitigated gall. I'm pretty sure that's where it came from.
Is that one of those things, though, where he doesn't realize that he's copying someone else?
I think he may have heard it somewhere.
You think Stephen A. Smith is up to date on what Ohio State and Michigan, 1973 or whatever year that was?
You think it's like subliminal, or you think he thinks... I mean, I know it's not like a phrase that no one's ever uttered before, but...
I don't know. I definitely don't think he knows the reference.
Okay.
That's a very specific reference. Tell the truth, and if we even got to this one, I don't even think we went that deep into it. What was your reaction to Indiana beating Illinois by 53?
Well, I loved it. That's number one. And the fact that Bielema, when he was at Wisconsin 15 years ago and dropped 83 on the Hoosiers, was even better that he got it handed to him. And it was the most shocking score of the weekend for me. It was. I needed to see it to believe it with Indiana. They had been feasting on lower teams. They looked bad in their opener. They have weapons, and their defense is better than I thought it would be. But their weapons after the catch, Mendoza seems to read the field pretty well, makes good throws. That's a great get for them. And say what you want about Cignetti. I think he can be kind of a weird dude. Lives by the sword, dies by the sword a little bit. But you cannot take that away from him. That was one of the greatest victories, you could say, from a ranking standpoint in Indiana's history. And the fact that there was a sold-out night game in Bloomington, and they dropped that hammer on him, incredible. This is not Indiana football, man. This is Haley's Comet type of stuff. So that's what NIL, as much as I was like, NIL is going to
I don't
change everything.
I don't know if I'm like that far. I think Indiana's success is old school, like Coach Cignetti bringing culture to a place that hasn't had culture. As much as
he brought his guys with him though first.
Well,
his first year he brought his guys.
Well, what did they have in their back pocket?
Yeah.
They brought with them culture, and I think that's what he's able to get it done with, because it's not like they're cutting big checks in Indiana for Indiana football. So I do like the aura. Are you in the aura farming?
Aura farming. I'm in on that.
Cignetti is aura farming. Like he has acres. Yep. He has acres. Did you see him walk out? Did you see the walkout? It was just like the doors swung open by themselves. Nobody was holding the doors.
Desmond picked Illinois. Reese picked Illinois. Nick Saban picked Illinois. Herbstreit picked Illinois. Whoever their celebrity picker picked Illinois.
That was Matthew Tkachuk.
Okay. And obviously, since McAfee lives in Indianapolis, and I think his wife's a Hoosier, he picked IU.
Picked IU.
Yep.
Yeah, his picks are going. His picks have been pretty good this year.
I don't like to be center stage.
Is DJ Lagway bad?
Man, I'm just like losing faith in Billy Napier as a play caller. Like, just even some of the stuff, in some of the situations, you just don't get the confidence that he's like calling great plays. I think Lagway has some talent there. I'm just out on Napier, man. It's just not going to get better.
My Heisman draft's looking pretty bad. I think it went Cade Klubnik round 1, DJ Lagway round 2.
This is a classic example of a guy who's got skills, has talent, and needs to learn how to be a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That's again, have a great arm, great size, and ability. But here we are, putting him in maybe the most overrated category. Depot, stay ahead of the weather, my man.
I am.
TLC, we'll reconvene tomorrow at high noon.
Yes, we will.
Count Man and Timmy up next. Have a great, safe afternoon. Thanks for listening. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
All the Ohio State conversation you can handle. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights